Okay, welcome to some Train Sim Mod 6. It's good to see you guys. CP, how you doing, my man? I mean, we've gotten the conversation started already, really. But yeah, glad that you're doing well. Glad that you're doing well. My camera's gonna need a little touch up. I don't think I had to touch it up as often as I usually do last week. I didn't like, even notice that. But let me just do a little bit here, a little bit there. Cool, beautiful. Seal this off. Seal that off. And I think move this a little bit closer. Yeah, that should be good. Cool. There we go. Let me get Spotify open on here. Yeah, CP, tell me about what's going on in Portugal, man. It's been a long time since I heard some chaos from your motherland. Get some music going as well on your end. Hopefully it doesn't clash with the in-game music too much. If it does, it's only temporary anyway. Right, alerts are on. And let's get started. I believe we are on the US route, doing the ALP journey mode. So we'll grab a service from there. Welcome back, mate. Bless me. We'll do a service from here. Bless me. So we've got two more short ones, to be honest. I could do both of them. I don't mind giving this like an hour, right? So I'll do both of them, which comes up to just over half an hour. And then I can do... I'll do both of these 18-minute ones as well, actually. And then we'll be really close, ignoring the scenarios, which I'm working through right now anyway. We'll be close to the end. Zenom, hello, mate. Good to see you again. How you doing? Hello, Mr. Toes. How are you doing? It's been a long time. Where have you gone? I thought you forgot about me. How you doing? My nose is clogged up today, so forgive me if I sound a bit funny. It is what it is. Wait for a moment. How about no? How about we get right into it? Let's not wait a moment. Axes on. Alert cut in. ATC on. Everything else should be fine. From what I remember. Brakes in. Headlights are going to be on dim. No surprise at all that it's raining. Welcome to journey mode. It's ridiculous that it still hasn't been looked at yet, to be honest. Gauge lights will leave on dim. Marker lights rear. Leave them off. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is insane, bro. And the fact that it's just silky smooth as well. Nice. I mean, how many... I mean, that's not even worth counting. Like, it's just... I mean, you can try and count if you want, but... I ain't. That's a lot of damn trains. That is a lot of damn trains. Damn. Have I used the word damn enough? Nice. This is why I like streaming on a PC that's not restricted by OBS, because I'm sure if I was running OBS on here, the frames would be painful to look at. Your insomnia is killing you, Zenom, mate. I woke up from a nap about 5 minutes before I started streaming because I only had about 4 hours, 5 hours sleep this morning. I'm I want to do. I just wish sleep like I appreciate sleep and what it does for our body and our brain, right? I've learned a lot about the benefits of sleep. I just wish we didn't have to. I really just wish we didn't have to. Because last night I stayed up and I was just like, you know what? I actually got quite a lot of energy and I probably can stay up for a little bit longer. And I thought better of it. It's just down to discipline. Just down to discipline. Because I know, you know what? Tiredness can get me, you know. I only had 3 hours of sleep the day before. So, the night before. So I said, okay, let's try and, let's do this properly, you know. Let's do this properly. So, try doing it properly. Yo, why is it moving so slow? Try doing it properly. And why is it moving so slow? It says V0. Is that a problem? I don't know what the V0 means. Yeah, this is just moving off. Oh my god, it's not in front. It's not in forwards. What a clown. What a clown. I did this last time as well. I'm pretty sure. But anyway, yeah, man. I wish. I just wish that I could. You know, there are some people that can do quite well off a tiny bit of sleep. I just want to work, man. I just like there's so much to do. There's so much to do. And there's just not enough hours in a day, and it's very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. I'm glad that you're doing well, Hank. I'm doing good, thank you, mate. Of course they have released the same game again, of course. Hello, Ryan. Good to see you again, mate. How are you doing? Long story short, Palestine protesters blocked and conquered one of Lisbon's main train stations. One of the protesters climbed on a train and got electrocuted on the OHL, and he's fighting for his life. You see nonsense. So you see nonsense. And you know, listen, I've been praying hard recently. I've been saying, God, I wanna love like you do. I don't know how God loves everyone. I don't know how. It's my prayer recently. God, I wanna love like you. But bro, people are so dumb, man. I'm sorry. It's just people are. I mean, I can't feel sorry for someone like that. Yeah, absolutely shocking. Yes, absolutely, Hank. The person will relate. Hello, Dragon. You've never seen a yard that full. Well, I'm pretty sure it helps that I've got all the layers. I'm sure you saw the Acela there. You saw, I'm pretty sure some stock from New York to Trenton. But yeah, it's 11:12. It's 11:12. And what yard is this? Sunnyside Yard. Yeah, so Sunnyside Yard, 11:12. How can I find the date and time and stuff if you wanted to like? Okay, so August 24th, 2017, 11:12. So you can try and replicate those exact the location, the date, time, and see if you know, see how it compares to your platform. But that looked flipping sick, and to imagine that we've got all of that running around as well, whether it's, you know, I'm sure a lot of it probably doesn't last too long on the map before it goes somewhere else, but it's active. It you know, it goes around regardless, and I just think that's so sick, man. Haven't slept for 4 days. I got so insomnia. Ask Zenom. Okay, Zenom, can I ask you? You see, okay, fair. You got insomnia, fair enough, yeah. So I guess you've tried to sleep, but you can't. But as you haven't slept for 4 days, do you feel tired, or do you just not feel tired and you're just like powering on and your brain's still operating at full capacity? Your body still feels good. You might be gifted, brother. I'm not gonna lie. Simon, good afternoon, man. How you doing? How was all of your weekends, by the way? What do you all get up to? It's true, by the way. Most of my co-workers actually thought Zenom was... I mean, it can be a bad thing to overwork yourself, but if you've like tried to rest and your body's like not cooperating, then I actually don't know too much about insomnia other than it means people struggle to sleep, but I don't know how it affects like someone's like tiredness and like their brain capacity and stuff like that. I feel very I feel tired, very tired, but body can't fall asleep. Okay, so like, does your brain feel a bit foggy, or and your body feel like exhausted as well? That sucks. That sucks. That sucks. It's almost like you're trapped in a way. That's good to hear, Sam, and I'm doing well, thank you. Well, as you can probably hear, my nose is clogged up. Um, other than that, though, I'm pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Can't complain. Yeah, I'm on fire, man. I'm on fire. I'm very blessed. I'm very good today. Still absolutely love the Riviera. Can happily go up and down over it. Down it over and over again. Might even do the journey mode. Yeah, do it. And let me know how quickly you get sick of nighttime and rain and fog during your runs. Did a service last night with snow on the ground. It looks beautiful. I don't think I've seen the route yet in snow. Maybe I have. I don't recall. But you're the second person to say that. I saw someone on the forum say, "Oh my god, I forgot to look at your suggestion. I'm so sorry." But I saw another thread that you opened on the general discussions, and I like that one. I told you I might forget. But yeah, I saw someone on the forum say that yeah, they did a run with in snow. I don't know, like whether it was just some light snow, some fluffy stuff, or it was just on the ground, or if it was heavy. I don't know, but they just mentioned snow, and it was quite nice. So yeah, it's good to hear a second similar opinion to that. I'm allergic to sleeping medicine is one of the main reasons I'm here on Twitch, man. Chill. Well, Zena, mate, I'm glad I can help you, feel a bit more comfortable, man. That's a blessing. It's interesting. Sometimes I do wish I was like one of those more jumpy, energetic, I don't know, lively like streamers. But then other times, like, you're not the first, second, or third person to say that, and it's like, okay, cool. I'm happy that I'm also catering. This is ridiculous, really, isn't it? I'm also catering to others as well in a way that's beneficial to them. Trouble is the scenario that on 3. First 2 were good, but the Harvest one was shit. I mean, the Harvest one is more. It's definitely a scenario, right? Because it does differ. That's my complaint usually, isn't it? It doesn't differ enough from like a regular run. You go out of your way, you go carve some turnips. Is it the most fun? The lighting here is atrocious, by the way. I can't even tell if the light in the cab is on or off. I'll be very honest with you. I can't tell if the light in the cab is on or off. Why is it so bright like this? Okay, now it seems to have eased off a little bit. That was a little bit crazy. Anyway, yeah. Was it like super exciting? Was it the best scenario out of the lot? No, absolutely not. I think we can all agree on that. But it was cute. It was festive. I learned something. Well, it didn't explicitly say it, but I assume in that part of the country they celebrate Halloween with turnips as opposed to pumpkins, like they do everywhere else. I assume that. So it was educational, one way or another. Maybe I'm just trying to like really desperately find some positives here. Yeah, it was something cute, something out of the ordinary. Shame to see it's raining inside the tunnels here. That's a shame. It wasn't raining before and it just started raining now. Very, very odd. Anyway, I wouldn't know about that. So how that makes sense in terms of programming. But yeah, not the best we've seen, but it was cute. It was nice and short as well. Like it didn't drag on any longer than it needed to. It educated me on the use of turnips instead of pumpkins in the Dawlish area. So I don't know. I guess I don't know. I don't know. That's my outlook on it. Yeah, that's my outlook on it. Not as negative as one might think, coming from me. Can't be asked to do the 150 tutorial, bored of that loop. Oh my god. Hello? Okay. That was weird, isn't it? I am running mods, but nothing that affects... Nothing that should have done that, basically. I don't remember if I even have any mods for this train. I might do, but I know there's nothing that should affect the scenery or the environment. So that was super weird. One of the 5 I follow, and I love Torch. Ah, right. So I'm on the exclusive list then, Zenom. I appreciate that. Like I said, man, I'm just glad that I can be of service. That's my intention here. My intention is to have a mix of having fun and doing that which I like, doing that which interests me, being able to share myself with the world, and partly to provide a service. I mean, like, I've got people that are sub to me that pay me. So if I'm doing anything other than providing a service, what am I doing here? Reckon if the Harvest Center had just one Steam train parked at Payton, I've liked it more. Interesting. That's so interesting that that's what stood out to you. It's very, very, very interesting. Yes, I hear it. It would have been a nice touch for the nature of the scenario. I agree. I think it would have been a nice touch indeed. Marsh Barton scenario was good though. Marsh Barton scenario. Remind me what that one was. I've done all of them except one of them where the Riviera, the Voyager kept breaking down because of the bug, not because it actually broke down. Not quite Halloween. It's the Harvest Festival. Right. Okay. Well, the face confused me. I probably read that in the subtitles and in the description, and so yeah, the faces threw me off. The faces just gave me Halloween vibes. It's literally a jack-o'-lantern in a turnip. Why not give it like a cute smiley face or a happy face of some sort, you know? Why give it an evil face? Oh, the marsh. Oh, that one is sick. Honestly, that one, right? It was based off a real event, right? Which was pretty cool. So you get to sort of you get to relive that event with you sort of being there or being the main person almost. I felt like there was some more effort put into that than we'd normally see. First, I'm seeing some new assets such as like the banner, and I think it was cool seeing it open and seeing the thing fall, the ribbon. It was cool with the person with like the mic and stuff like that. It was creative. It was creative, and yeah, that's what I want to see from scenarios. That's a really good example of what I want to see. Just something completely different, something that truly is an event on its own. I didn't get the whole you're running like a regular service and then you just sort of pause to go and partake in that, and then you get back on your train and continue. That I didn't really understand. That was a bit weird, I felt. But aside from that, I felt like it was pretty neat, yeah. Also, the fuel one, I don't know if you've done it yet, But you'll if you haven't, you'll get to one where you're apparently running low on fuel because somewhere didn't have a place to refill, and then you got to do a service and then refill afterwards. Apparently, like, it does tell you to be careful and stuff, like in the scenario. I'm not gonna lie, I drove the train exactly how I was driving it normally, because I actually didn't have faith that Dovetail would have implemented the possibility of you actually running out of fuel. But apparently you could have actually run out of fuel, and someone on the forum confirmed it, and I was like, oh, I wonder how, like, because I drove it pretty, like I said, I drove it normally, and normally I do drive pretty hard. Like, I don't drive exactly as according to real world procedures in terms of, you know, exit the stations quite smoothly. Although I do, I don't go full power straight away like I used to. I don't think I conform to like real world procedures. Not nearly. I can sort of just do my own thing and what feels right to me a lot of the time. So I was surprised to learn that there was actually a possibility of the train running out of fuel. And I guess I just got lucky. It was a special service. Yeah, I found the thing with the announcements. Sorry, I can't remember the name of it, but there was I was super tired this morning. I was falling asleep as I was driving the trains, recording the scenarios, so I barely remember a thing. But I did one of the scenarios on this line earlier today, and yeah, I just found there was a really weird thing with the announcements at one point. There were barely any announcements, and then for one of the scenarios, they started like halfway through the journey. Now, is that by design? Like, is that intentional? I don't know. But I haven't noticed in the runs I've done so far announcements kick in halfway through a service. So I guess I'll give that some more time and see if that comes up at all. But yeah, didn't experience that in Germany so far. I don't think it stuck out to me on that particular scenario, because maybe I just forgot it, but I feel like there's something I would remember and I'll be able to recall. But yeah, it's just interesting that you mentioned that on that line, and I experienced that on a different one earlier today. Daniel, hello, how are you doing? Welcome. I've noticed that, but on this one it did an announcement in the depot. It did. That I remember. That I remember. Whether it was that scenario, that train, what or not, I don't know. But I remember I experienced an announcement in the depot, and I thought, oh, that's a little bit odd. So it must have been that. It must have been that. And also in your reverse 150, there were still some people in there. That's not a surprise, is it? That's not a surprise. It's a shame. It's a shame. But like I said, nothing was worked. It doesn't really seem like anything was worked on for the bugs. I mean, if they wouldn't go through the effort of fixing up the Dresden Theresa part, right, touching it up, making sure it's, you know, there's no bugs in the scenery and stuff, as it was releasing, re-releasing, you know, as a core route. Why would you think they would go and touch, you know, anything else that's like a bug or that wasn't right? Even the patch notes were quite poor in my opinion for the patch that was released last week, and the fact that the game's in the state that it is, and we've only had one patch update go out since release is POOR. Sammy, how are you doing, bro? Good to see you. How's your weekend? How's the pop? How's the missus? The reverse was cool though, an AI in a scenario was superb. Yeah. Did you notice that, Simon? It was I only know it because I heard it on the forum, but apparently the guy in the Marsh Barton scenario was Jeff. What's his name? Marshall. Shout out to a fellow, very good, very interesting, very hard-working fellow railway creator, content creator. Been getting crazy signal problems on Dresden Leipzig. Red's coming from nowhere. Could it be the random events? Do you think, or is it? Does it not feel like that? Anyone know if West Coast mainline is still crashing updated from Alpha? Is a great route. I guess you mean on PS5, Sammy. I've re-downloaded the timetable mode for that now. The 2019 winter timetable, the ridiculous one with like the HSD measurement train and all the different versions of the 390. I would love to give that a go at some point. But yeah, that was finally updated for. I say finally. That was updated for TSW6 at the back end of last week, I believe, if not over the weekend. So I'd love to give that a run. As someone who doesn't usually do timetable mode and just random timetable runs out of my own, my own choosing, I'm really looking forward to doing one for that. Yeah, this tunnel section's quite. I don't know, the light is a bit weird, the shadows are a bit weird. Still waiting on the on God mode, still waiting on the look, another run, another rain. Still waiting on God mode and Jet Wash's graphics enhancement mod, which won't come out until God mode itself is out. I believe it relies on God mode. It's dependent on God mode. So hopefully we see that soon. What train is this? This is the ALP 45DP. Yes, ALP 45DP. I see my error here. Okay, I've put it to emergency. Sometimes suppression is hidden beyond handle off. And I don't know by heart what trains have it there and what trains don't. So I usually do that the first time. But then I shouldn't repeat that mistake. From now on, where's suppression? Where's suppression? Where's suppression? It's usually a suppression. There's usually a suppression icon somewhere on the gauge cluster area, I'll call it. There's an Acela coming into New York Penn. Oh well, I love that. Yeah, bro, everyone's good here as well, man. Everyone's good here as well. Everyone's good here as well, thank you. Yeah, I mean, Simon, it's like if you know it was him, if you knew it was him, you can, maybe, I don't know if my eyes are bugging, but you can kind of start to see it. But if you don't, then yeah. But apparently it was a video of his where he, I assume, attended the opening of Marsh Barton Station. Marsh Barton, sorry. Loss of Riviera Land. How have you been finding it, Sammy? What's your verdict? Random events turned off. I don't think random red signals is one of them because that just causes a spad. Or some red signals that were green on the HUD. Oh, you were by any chance, were you doing the shunter services, Simon, with the 294? Because I had those issues, and Nabil confirmed for me that it was wrong. The signals are wrong, whether they're bugged, whether they've been set incorrectly, I'm not quite sure, but they're just flat out wrong. However, the patch, the update that came out last week, that's meant to patch a few things, it did mention signals on the Dresden route. I don't remember into what detail though, but I assumed going off that there was enough there for me to assume that those issues would have been sorted, but it clearly seems like it haven't. So yeah, I think we need to see. I think we should have seen at least 2 updates last week, and one we should be getting one today. There hasn't been enough work for me. I'm not satisfied with how much work has been put in to fix all the wrongs that have been present since the release. So yeah, there's still a lot of work to do. Did it plus the LZB need with the 101 was going crazy. Interesting. If it was the expert 101 you were driving, perhaps that was part of a fault. I did a service in a Silver 442. Sounds like terrible. So quiet. Yeah. Again, an opportunity to, like I said, with the Dresden Teresa part of the scenery, an opportunity to touch up, you know, on previous content, bring it up to modern day quality. They didn't want to take it for whatever reason. So all the flaws that we had with that train before, all the flaws we had with the Dresden Teresa section that we had before, are all still present. So the only thing new that we have is obviously Riesa to Leipzig, the Friedrichstadt section. And it feels like that's about it, to be honest. Hello, Dan. How are you doing, mate? Good to see you. Dan, can you just message me the word trading on Discord, please? I want to have a chat with you about that, if that's okay. Yeah, I was want to chat with you about that. This is just a couple. How are you doing, though, mate? How are you doing? How's the missus? How's the pup as well? Hope all is well. Hope you had a good weekend. This is just a couple of timetabled services, no shunting services, though, both on the main line. Yes. So yeah, so that was where I faced the issue. It was a stream after I decided to not do scenarios on stream anymore, and so I'm pretty certain it was a regular service, and yeah, I had a nightmare. Although what you find might help, I don't know if you have PZB turned on usually. But turn it off, because it's actually as akin to reality. During shunting services in Germany, they have PZB turned off and just operate with CFA. So you might find that might stop the annoying like slowdowns and restrictions aside from the signals themselves. I think that route needed some fixes as regular. Oh, it's the regular 101. I mean, I was going through the forums yesterday, and I saw someone talk about one of the locos from Sandpatch grades no longer shows up on timetable mode, although it did back in TSW5. Now you tell me why a loco from Sandpatch grade has been affected moving from TSW5 to TSW6. It's just, you know, with this iteration, it's like if the iteration year in year out, sorry, can't be managed properly, stop doing it. Like, the marketing can only be worth it so much, right? If the game itself is falling apart because of it, I mean, surely from a business sense, that extra money you're now going to be making from the marketing, you will now lose because of the issues created from this marketing strategy. I'm not a business advisor. Don't know what's going on with D2G's, you know, details with their data and analytics and statistics, but it just sort of makes sense to me that maybe priorities should be looked at again. Have they improved the lighting? I did a snowy scenario in Riviera last night. The lighting looks amazing. It's just like we're still in TOD4. Like there hasn't been any lighting upgrade or anything. It's just that I guess I don't know. Maybe more care was taken. Sometimes that's all it is, you know. Just more care was taken. Like for example, in Cardiff Commuter, Cardiff should have been like from the get go. I think they updated it if I'm not mistaken, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Cardiff released with like white LED lighting, Cardiff Station, whereby it's very known for its like yellowy sodium type of lighting. And you know, things like that. It's just care, you know, care. When care is taken on a route, you can tell. You can tell. Like these rusty pantographs in front of us, right? That's just care. It's just attention to detail and care. Like they could have easily made the pantographs normal, right? But they went through the extra effort of making them rusty, as they apparently are in reality. It's just care, man. It's just care. It hasn't really stuck out to me though, if I'm being honest. I've done a few night runs now, courtesy of some scenarios, some timetable runs. There have been a bunch of the 150 already, and yeah, I haven't really. I don't know. It looks just kind of just looks normal to me, but maybe I haven't really. Like it looks nice. It looks nice. Just hasn't stood out. In particular. Oh, it was in a shunting service. I don't think it matters though. Well, I guess it matters in terms of what I said about PZB, but I mean that's all that would be affected. Regardless, it was a service with the shunter that was a problem. However, um, what you've obviously highlighted is that it's not just the services with the shunter that are affected. It seems to be the signals themselves on the route, which, funnily enough, I don't think I've encountered outside of driving the 294. Driven plenty of ICE services. I've done a 143/Dosto service. I've driven the Talent, and I don't recall. The only weirdness I saw, which I don't know if it's if it's typical with German signaling, because I know you can have what they call dark signals, but there was a signal that was red. I was being held up in a scenario, I think it was, and I was at a red signal, and it cleared to dark, which I don't know. To me, that seemed a little bit weird. Why would it clear to dark and not like it was a red? It was a danger, so I think it would go to green, and then maybe the next one would be dark. But I went from red to dark, which was a bit weird. So I don't know if that was an issue or not. Other than that, outside of driving the 294, I haven't encountered any funny business with the signals. Touch wood, I had no bugs in the 7 hours I played. Bro, that's a long time to encounter bugs. I'll keep it real. I will keep it real. Like Matt on the review preview stream encountered a bug, you know, within the preview stream. I encountered, well, the first stream I did on release day was a few hours long, and it was within that stream, I believe, that I turned off both train track speed restrictions and train faults because of the issues with them. And many a time after that, many a session after that, I've encountered, you know, a handful. So 7 hours, that's crazy. On PS5 as well, not to mention. Oh, good timing. At least we got a fancy intro video. This was running an ICT between Leipzig and Riesa, fully signal paid. So what did you do, Simon? So when you were faced with those signals, did you like contact dispatcher and you were allowed to proceed? Did it say proceed at restricted speeds? Like what did the game advise you to do? Seen that new ship game from Astragon? No, I saw that Jeff Aviano had uploaded a video. It was on my homepage. I'm planning on watching it at some point if it comes back to my memory, because I didn't like save it in any capacity. But no, I haven't seen any footage, but I've seen that. Yeah, there's now some content coming out on it. I believe it was the one that I was sort of hopeful for, that I saw a trailer for earlier this year. If it is that one, I'm quite curious actually as to how it looks. If you've seen anything about it, what's it looking like? After an upcoming actual red signal appeared on the HUD about 500 meters away, doing about 150 kilometers. Oh, yeah. See, you know, there's a lot of people's different definitions on unplayable, right? For me, that would make the game unplayable. That is, in my opinion, a form of unplayable. Ducks have wings and crocodiles don't have wings. Thank you, Hank. Absolutely incredible info there. Within a prototypical issue, it was a normal red signal. I didn't change. Yeah, happened twice. Game treated agree. Yeah, okay, I guess that's sort of the thing that confirms it being a bug, is that the game treated it like a green signal. Yeah. So again, how something like that slides past, like that's signaling issues, right? How do you experience that? By driving the route. How does it get past QA? How does it get past testing? I don't know, man. I don't know. But hopefully something's done about it ASAP, because something needs to be done about it. I think I've had some very favorable runs, I'll say. Turn off all the random encounter stuff. Yeah, Sammy, done yourself justice, mate. Not gonna lie. Hello, Mark. How you doing? Shipfarer game looks good. Yeah, that's the one. Everything from little fishing boats to full cruise ships. Okay. Do we know anything about like physics? Just like, what is the game, right? Cool, you're driving boats. What is there to it? Is it aiming to be a sim? Is it just aiming to be like a fun arcadey game? Is there like an economy? Is there a career path? The Roadman released on the 19th. Oh, Roadmap, right. See, Mark, I'm from London, so instantly I didn't question that. So yeah, are you sure it's the 9th or is it tomorrow? Isn't it tomorrow that it's coming out? Usually it's a Tuesday, no? Or have they changed it now? First time I asked the dispatcher and it said obey signals, so I crept past it. I was also too late to do anything. It was fine. Also explains why the LZB needle was going crazy. You think so? Because doesn't the LZB needle, would it have correlated with the game thinking that it was agreeing? Yeah, that's a shame. Like I said, Massey, for me, I can't continue to play services there. My time is very important, me personally. If that happens to me, I'll give it one more chance. It happens again, I'm not touching that route again, because I can't be running for an hour. Like, I was genuinely very, very upset when I did the scenario. There was a scenario in the Riviera line, the one that I haven't uploaded, and I was about an hour into it before the train just locked up. Hour gone. A whole hour of my life, my own time, that's gone. Never getting it back. I could have used that for content. I could have used that for spending time with the missus. I could have used that time for anything. Spent it doing that run. It came to nothing. They're giving themselves time to get ready. Okay, so it is actually coming out on Wednesday. Only content I've seen is at the opening hour. Seems to be multiple careers for different shipping companies. Oh, relevant to the type of ships they use cargo. Right. Oh, okay. I'm even more curious now. That sounds good. I'm into that. I'll take a look at it. Gotta come on the yeah. That's why I was a bit hesitant to even say the word physics when it comes to boats, because like, it's not a normal thing. How many people know what actual boat physics would be like, right? Trains, yeah. Cars, yeah. Boats, Not too sure about that. Third journey mode of today, and the third time that it's raining. Just in case you guys think, I don't know, like I make a big deal out of nothing, or I over exaggerate, or whatever you want to call it. This is the third journey mode service that I've done today. Third different one. I'm not doing the same one again. It's a third different one. And it's raining. It's the exact same conditions. Rain with a bit of cloud. I'm just happy that there's not much fog. But yeah, this thing with rain. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's I experience it. Many others experience it. You go in the forums. We haven't been able to reproduce it. I mean, come on, man. This is the Morristown route, Mark. Had 2 services of Spads, 2 services of fake red signals. Luckily, the one on one Spad was just out of Leipzig. That but unfortunately had a save. Yeah, lucky that you had a save, but you, I assume it was a manual save. To keep like manual saving, going out of your way, you know, to ensure that your experience is what the game should be providing initially, it's not the way to go. Oh, Thursday. Okay. Right, Thursday is the 9th. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. I tried again. It was the same, but it was a fog service, so I gave up. Was it a? Oh, you tried a different one. Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's off-put. Yeah. It's like things just sort of stack up. You can be patient with one thing. You can be patient with 2 things, but they keep stacking up and multiplying. And yeah. Yeah, no, honestly, Simon, honestly. Again, I don't mind the rain as long as it doesn't come with fog, but it's just the fact that I've had 3 for 3 now with rain. That's annoyed me a little bit. But yeah, it's a fog that I'm more annoyed with. So yeah, man, bring on God mode, man. At least for, you know, PC users. Bring on God mode. And let me get rid of this stupid fog. Might try this route tonight, but smashing nothing but Riviera. Honestly, Sammy, it can get a little bit long and dreary, yeah? I'll be honest. But it's a very good route. It's a well-made route. It's detailed. If you've got all the layers, it's packed. Bro, I say go back to the first thing I did. The first run I did, start at Sunnyside Yard. It was packed with stock just chilling there. So yeah, plenty of layers, plenty of services. It doesn't feel busy, but you see enough around and you pass enough that it's, I don't know, to me at least, it's pretty satisfying. Hardly ever saved. This is because I had saved the night before because I was tired. So basically, pure fortune. Mark, it won't happen the way we'd like it to happen. They'll fix things at their leisure as they deem priority, perhaps. But yeah, they ain't going to. Nothing much will change. Nothing much will change. LZB needle wasn't the same as the fake reds though. So with. Yeah, it does see. Yeah, it. I would assume that's a separate problem from the fake signals. And it raises the question: is now the core 101 now bugged? Has something happened to that? Whereby it was fine on TSW5. You can't even tell. Like you can't even tell. That's why I was saying after the Dovetail Direct, I was saying, bro, it's good that that they can keep adding stuff, but you're adding you've got a foundation built on sand, and you keep adding stuff and adding stuff and adding stuff. It's not going to end well. It's not going to end well. So hence you keep having things. Now you've got new things that come out and are effed. Then you've got the older things that were fine and are now effed. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like I said, why has Sandpatch been affected? How has Sandpatch been affected? How can the core be such a mess, such a state, that once again, because this isn't new, once again, a route with locos and trains that had nothing to do with any update, with any new release, have been affected? Why has that happened again? How has it happened again? It's mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Riviera Line is a joy to drive. Yeah, I'm looking forward to going back to that after. I think I might do one more run on here, and then we'll go back to that. All the things that were F that haven't been un-F. So I mean, that's normal. Let's be honest. That's normal. I mean, when the old stuff will only get touched when there's a new thing that affects it that you have to pay for. I mean, realistically, even then, was Birmingham Cross City touched up when the 170 when the cross country 170 dropped? No. So even that shame they've now lost, in my opinion, because at least it was like that. If there's going to be money involved in fixing something, they would do it. And now it seems, according to what I saw with that example I gave, it seems like even that now has gone out the window. And like I used to say quite often during TSW4, TSW seems like a game where Dovetail or the people at the top or whoever you want to blame are going as far as they can to see how little can they do for maximum profit. I didn't say it much during the last iteration, but I used to say it a lot during TSW4. And the way things are going, it seems like I'm being reminded of that again. Mark, you're welcome to say whatever you please, mate. You are welcome to say whatever you please here. There's no limitations here. There's no restrictions. It's a completely free speech channel. So if that's your opinion, mate, state it. Also, I never get platinum because I don't acknowledge internal safety systems. I've heard plenty of those complaints on the forum. Yeah, you're not alone. That's ridiculous. I'm so happy sometimes I don't go for those certain gameplay aspects because, oh boy, would I be frustrated. Bothers me that Matt is still doing these charity streams in the game, so doesn't have basic key remapping. Oh my god, bro! When I clocked that in TSW2, I was like, this is a bit dumb. I don't know what game doesn't have that. I don't know what game doesn't have a basic brightness slider, for example. We still haven't got a brightness slider. I mean, Jesus wept. So like oh man, how ridiculous can I be? I've tried to be like not as dramatic about my complaints, but when you really sort of put everything into perspective, it's a great game. Yeah, ultimately it's a great game. Otherwise, we wouldn't be playing it. We wouldn't be spending our money on it. We wouldn't be here watching it. We wouldn't be interested in it. It's a great game. It's just the flaws. Flip me, man. It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous. And for a dev who have been in the game for as long as they have, there's no excuse. They're a multi-million pound company. They're a multi-million pound company. They're a multi-million pound company. There are financials available publicly online. Take a look. What is the excuse? I saw someone unironically call them a small company on the forums. Do you know how sometimes how much I have to hold myself back from responding sometimes on the forum? I intentionally don't want to have a presence there. Oh my god. Oh my god. They're not a small company. They are not a small company. They're not a small company. There's no excuse. It's greed. From whoever you want to blame. From whoever you want to blame, it's greed. Can I tell you who exactly is the greedy one there? No. But I can see... listen. The Bible is a book of truth, and it says that you will tell them by their fruits. By the fruits that I see. Look at the flipping. Look above us. Look above us, right? Look at the fruits. Look at the fruits above us. Are you telling... Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Come on. How many roots have these guys developed? Light baking. Light baking. It's a part of development. We've had how many... I don't know if you've reached 100 root DLCs at this point. Over either around or over 100 root DLCs. If not, we're very close to 100. Probably around 80ish. Maybe I'm overdoing it, but basically there's tens and tens and tens of routes where light baking has been done. Why do we have... I mean, it takes just driving the route. That's it. I haven't used the 8cam and flown far and spotted that, hey, the tarmac on the roads that has nothing to do with driving trains is a bit off here. Why is that? No, this is in the cab, part of a main line to Hoboken, which is one of the sort of standout stations that has been spoken about on the previous streams, that we've been given so much history about it and so much information. This is on the way there. A lot of people are going to be wanting to explore it, heading there as they play the game. Are you telling me this... Someone saw this and thought it was okay? Someone tested this and said, hey, something needs to be done here? I'm sure someone did. It's just that someone also thought, we don't have time to do that. Sorry. Why? Because it needs to come out quickly. Who's rushing you? Who's rushing you? Who's rushing you? No one. No one. I just want to say something bad. Mark, say something honest. Be it bad, be it good, say something honest. Are they backed by Tencent? I don't know anything about that. They act like a small company at every public display. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. They don't have that presence that EA or Ubisoft or Rockstar have. I know they are not an EA, they are not a Ubisoft, they are not a Rockstar, but have a, you know, it's nice that you can tell they're a community, right? They're not just like strictly a business in the way they show out, but in the way they in every other aspect, they're very much a business, a hardcore business, money first. And it's a shame. It's a shame. I do what I can do. When I go to the Play Lab sessions, I speak up. I speak up. I speak up on a public platform. I try and maintain complete honesty. I don't know what else I can do in terms of from my position. I'm not going to go writing letters to Dovecell. I've already written one of those long paragraphs on the forums back in like TSW3. Not going to do that again. And I mean, when there's a multitude of voices complaining about the same thing and nothing gets done, no one, well, if one person with enough influence, yeah, perhaps, but other than that, there's no one person that's gonna make a change here, and it's unfortunate. Tunnels on the inside. I do want to ask me how you, how you're very sure of that, but I'll leave it there. Question: is the Birmingham City line worth it? With the DLCs it comes with, Mark, I would say it's a good route to buy on sale. I don't know if I could recommend any route at full price. Well, I can actually. But it's 30 quid, ain't it? Don't think 30 quid is worth it. Because it's 30 quid for the route itself. They're always complaining of this takes that much work. We chose to only do because of time. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's the thing, Dan. When I was asking who's rushing you, that's what I mean, right? Who's rushing you? Yes, a big part of their income comes from putting out content regularly. I hear it, man. I hear it. But please do it with more care. Do it with more love. Do it with more passion, man. Look at JT. JT release a route once a year. Once a year. Who's ever complained that they need to be releasing more content? As like a light-hearted sort of, in a jokey man, like, yeah, people would say, yeah, I wish they would release more. And I guess people do wish they could release more, but also with the understanding that if they do release more, we shouldn't expect the quality to be as it is. Everyone says to JT, yo, take your time. Take your time. Because we know they cook. No one rushes JT. No one rushes TSG. I won't mention the 420, but no one really rushes TSG. Why? Because we know when they finally drop, it was worth the wait, and there's quality in the product. No one's asking for, not a single person is asking for new DLC to be released 3-5 times a week. Just ease up. I'm gonna hit the buffers. Oh my god, I released the brakes. Yeah, I'm gonna hit the buffers. I hope I don't danger. I was hoping I wouldn't derail. I just went right through and it said danger. I'm gonna leave that one there. I'm gonna sharehouse that one with God mode when that drops. I had the brakes in the wrong. I had the brakes in completely the wrong thing. I thought I was in lap, and I went to service and then lap, but I was on. I think I was on hold. And then I went to lap, and then back to hold, and then release. And yeah, I don't think I could do anything by then. But why we didn't just hit the buffers, I don't quite understand. I don't understand that. I don't want this to be a complaining stream. I don't like it when all we do here is complain. It makes for quite a negative atmosphere. But it's very difficult. At the same time, it's really, really difficult not to do that when, I don't know, for me personally, I don't come on here with the intention to hate. There are people who do that. I'm not going to name any names. But I personally, I come here to play and have a chat. But, you know, I'll have a chat about what's going on in front of me, as well as what's going on with you guys in chat and whatever else comes to mind. If I'm talking about the game and it just so happens to be some BS like that, or the rain happening every single run, I mean, your work ends up being cut out for you, doesn't it? Right, so that was this one, and I said I was going to do this one as well. I might do that 5-minute one at the end as well. Might as well get that out of the way. Yeah, why that happened? I don't know. 4 for 4. We're 4 for 4. I'm not doing these like one after another. There's quite. I'm skipping some and going to others, right? We're 4 for 4. So from this, I can only assume. I can only assume that the only weather experience in the US is rain. Right? Train sim, right? Trains are simulated, the world is simulated. So I can only imagine in reality. I'm very sorry to my US audience that you have to experience rain every single day. It sucks. Wonder what will be on the next roadmap tomorrow. You know what? Personally, I'm not excited about it. And we've got some really great stuff coming. But my overall mood has been brought down a little bit. I'll keep it real with you. I'll keep it very real. You know, almost for the past month or so, every single time I sit down to do my schedule that I'm going to release, I kid you not, I consider, do I just stop Train Sim World altogether? It's not like a strong thought, but it's a thought, and it's a serious one, because when I'm playing Le Mans Ultimate, doing my sim racing, all my commentary on the game is to do with how exciting things are and maybe how crap I'm doing and how this and that, everything but the game is bugged. When I'm playing OMSI, I'll criticize the shit out of OMSI, but it's a great bus sim, right? You know, I've considered playing GTA 4. I'm way into the story, by the way. I've long started that, and I'm quite enjoying actually playing it by myself. I love you guys, but being just fully immersed in it and not focusing on like chat or talking or whatever, it's great. But yeah, I might start streaming that. I bought the Mafia trilogy, ready to play through from Mafia 1 to Mafia Old Country. Obviously, that's not part of the trilogy. Trilogy is 3. Old Country is going to be a separate purchase once I finish the others. And genuinely, and I really like Trains, and it performs well for me, and it's very motivating that I get to see the numbers that I see over all platforms when I stream this game. And it's hard, as being a small content creator that I am, to leave, and I've spoken about this before, and it's still something I'm struggling with, to leave something that works, right? Because if I stop playing TSW, not all of you that are in chat right now will hang around. If I just completely stop playing TSW, not all of you are gonna hang around that are just in chat right now. So, you know, and when I do sort of do trial runs and it goes exactly how I thought it was gonna go, oh my god, it was flipping sucks. But then I also think about, I'm playing a game that is so flawed and it's taking my time. That's what I'm most concerned about, is time. Time is the most valuable thing on this planet. And I'm using it. Partly I'm here doing ultimately business. I see this as my brand, as my business. I treat it as such. But as I'm doing that business, is the thing that I'm doing making my time? Is it worth my time? And I go through that a lot. I go through that a bunch. And I don't know if I should just one day just say, hey, I'm not going to be playing it anymore. If I do play it, it'll be on the off chance. You know, this ain't gonna be the place for train sim mod content anymore. I don't know, but I like trains. I actually do enjoy trains, but I've almost fallen out of love with just that in general because of TSW as well. Like, TSW is the biggest thing that connects me to that hobby in my life. I don't go to like railway events. I don't really do much research into railways and railway related stuff. So where I get my knowledge and my fix is from train sim mod, man. And yeah, man, I don't know. Do I take the leap? I think at some point I will. I think it's imminent. I think it's imminent. Imminent. I think it's imminent at this point. It's gone through my mind too many times. I've tried little things here and there too many times for me to not be sure that I am gonna eventually go down that path. I think I'll focus. I think if I was to do that, I think I'll primarily do sim racing, and there's not many train enthusiasts who sort of crisscross with racing and cars. I don't think. No buffers because it takes too long to implement physics. That's the mentality, isn't it? That's the mentality. Mark, turn train faults off if you don't want your engines to keep stalling. The stalls and just the faults themselves tend to occur way too often. Way too often. That's fair. So I put down TSW if I haven't done play it for the last 3 months of his life. I was on a train due to all the bugs. That's it, man. That's it. You know, you want to play a game where if you're not going to enjoy it, it'll be because of your own flaws, you know, or because somehow things just didn't go your way. But because the thing itself isn't working as it should, that's so dumb. It's really dumb. It's just dumb. You know, it's just dumb. You know that you can do the journey mode service from the main timetable and it still counts the journey modes. They do, but without medals, isn't it? They appear just as ticks. Thank you, Sammy. You're here forever I play. Yeah. I think you've shown that. You were here during Cyberpunk. You've been here during Kingdom Come Deliverance. Been here during. Were you here during my GTA RP era? If you're really not enjoying it, don't play. That's all good. It's not that I'm like really not enjoying it. Because trust me, if I like hated it, for example, right, I wouldn't play it, right? If it was that deep, it's just that so often I encounter issues that make me question what am I doing playing this game, right? Yeah, that's what it is. Like right now, as it is now, aside from the fact that we've had rain 4 times out of 4, it's cool. Chilling, doing a run, whatever. But then I'm quite conscious in the back of my mind of all the things that are wrong, and then then the things that are wrong are a threat. That's the reality. They're a threat. Right now, one of the regular bugs, if I know that there's a bug that affects this route, it'll be in my mind, this could happen, right? Simon, you with the signals, you know, the next time you run that Dresden route, it will be on your mind. Is this going to happen? It's going to be, you're going to be, how are you going to have anxiety, man? How can you have anxiety because the game's flawed? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? I'll run the Voyager. It's in the back of my mind. I hope this trade doesn't lock up on me. It could. Why is that on my mind? Why isn't it on my mind that, oh my days, this is like, it's such a cool experience, man. How could it be to be a driver on one of these trains and drive through the Riviera, you know? Why can't that be what's on my mind as I'm playing the game? Rather than, oh, the signal's red. Is it a bug? Let me check the map and see if I have to delete any bugs. Is the train going to get stuck here? Is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? It ruins the hobby. It ruins the fun. Like, I'll come into it with fun, and then the little niggles will start. Maybe I take a break. Maybe I take another break. I took one before. Maybe I take one again. Maybe I take one again. What also is on my mind as well. Yeah, it's important that I play shit. Yes, it's important what I play, what makes me happy. But I'm also very conscious. Again, I'm here to also do you guys. I like to do things for you. I've bought at least 4 or 5 games over the past 2 or 3 years with my own cash. Only because it's been requested, right? So I'm happy to do things for you guys. And it irks me a bit, or it makes me cringe a little bit, that I'm going to play, for example, Le Mans Ultimate. And even though I'm going to have a flipping blast, let me not name any names, but a particular person, I know they're not going to be interested in that. They like coming to my channel. They like me. They like having a chat with me. And then I give them content that they don't like. It's that's not a service. I'm not trying to provide like a bad experience, you know. I guess I don't know, just the nature of streaming though, maybe, and the nature of business in the bigger picture of business. Sometimes, what's the saying? I don't know if it applies here, but it just came to mind. You have to crack some eggs to make an omelette, or you can't make omelets without cracking a few eggs, something like that. And I guess, I don't know, it's that kind of principle, right? I guess my vision is that I leave the game. Maybe this is the last week I play TSW, I don't know. I mean that with all my heart. I leave the game for a bit. And then 3, maybe 4 years later, TSW takes a crazy change in direction, and it does what it should have been doing from the start. Amazingly, the editor's available, and now you've got crazy user-generated content. Bugs are being hammered down like every time they pop up, like that game, the arcade game, the fair game, Mole, hit a mole, bang a mole, whatever the hell it's called. You know, the community is no longer like toxic because the game is toxic, you know, and I come back to it. But in that time away, I grow anyway. LWD grows. That's my foresight. That's what I've been seeing for the past week as I've been thinking about it, because I have been thinking about it. And maybe I do that. And I just, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's go about it unapologetically. If you drop TSW, freeze up to play SnowRunner. I just don't have. I don't know, man. I think before I'll play. Oof, maybe this is criminal, you know, and maybe I'm speaking from a perspective of inexperience, you know, from an unfair point of view of someone who just hasn't played the game yet. SnowRunner hasn't played SnowRunner yet, but I think I would play Mudcraft first before I play SnowRunner. I'll be honest, and I have no interest in playing Mudcraft anytime soon. I just feel like, I don't know, maybe I need something more exciting, you know? Maybe I need something more exciting. Also, Motorfest, the Crew Motorfest, you know? I'm really good at that game. I'm like, I'm, I'm really good at that game. I'm regularly in the top in single events. I'm regularly in the top 2-3,000 in the world, and in the big event, I'm regularly top 10,000. Last one, I was top 5,000. I'm quite good at the game, and I enjoy it. It's exciting. It's exciting. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe there's just stuff there that I might just feel a bit more fulfilled playing. But I look at my progress with TSW. Like recent for TSW 6, I was given a key. I was given a key. Like that's a huge milestone. That's to even say it's a huge milestone is doing it a disservice. That's incredible. Like I've reached a point where I've been given a key. I've been recognized. Oh, this person would be a good fit to promote the game. What? The play lab sessions, you know, which there's more things planned for that in the future. Like I'm sort of bedding myself in at a deeper level. But I also have principles. I also have principles. And my principles come first. Ugh. Do I eat hamburgers? Hell yeah. I can't eat Five Guys though because they use peanut oil and I'm allergic to nuts. Although Jackson is apparently also allergic to nuts and he can do them fine. I'm not risking it. I am not risking it. But yeah, I can't have Five Guys. Send a weed under the pit. Okay, you were there. You know, there's certain things that like, it's one thing to say, oh yeah, I was there. And it's one thing to say, yeah, I remember when you were doing this. Yeah, you were there. I only just seen the new emotes. What's your flipping hell? What do you think of them? What's your, whoa, what's the word? Oh my god, opinion. Jesus. What's your opinion on the emotes? I get similar nagging feeling with old roots, but I think I should be seeing icy now. Yeah. But not to a point, it doesn't spoil it for you to a point where you consider putting the game down. First thing we learn at film school is you make films for your audience, not for yourself. For streaming is different. Yeah, with streaming, it's a bit of this, you add a bit of this, you stir it a bit, and you try and make sure that the flavors balance out and nothing overpowers another. Rose quartz, that's the thing. It's like, that's what I'm saying. I think it's unfair saying that, but that's how I see it in my like point of view. Is that Mudcraft is like a following from SnowRunner, right? Like a step up from SnowRunner, whereby it's not really. It's the same minds behind it, if I'm correct, but it's not the same type of game. Cannot tie your growth with TCG, so okay, if you want to play TSW, you need a plan B. I've seen this with all the FM creators on 25 with customers that are making a living 100% from FM coming every year. Cannot tie your growth to DTG. I need to write that down somewhere. I've got some things going on here. Some growth things. I want to add that. Don't tie your growth to DTG. I need to remind myself of that. I've got one from ASR. Look, I saved it as motto. I don't know. I don't remember what he said, but it was really good, and I kept it. There are some things that I need and that I'll go back to every now and again that I really need. But what was it that he said? After it's so over, comes with so back. Yeah, and I really needed that to hear that at the time that he said that. I don't remember exactly what was going on, but I needed to hear that, and I just saved it. Didn't actually finish it. Yeah, Motivate. It's just like, it's not realistic. It's not the best game on the market. It's just fun, right? It's a game that I have fun, and I have fun sweating it, right? Which usually is like a stressful process, but I've had fun, right? And the game's not, well, recently there's been some interesting occurrences during grand races. I don't know if you've encountered them on PS5, Sammy, where like the track will get blocked by the barriers because like it comes back on itself. Other than that, though, it's been pretty decent. Props for the recognition. Thank you, man. Hello, ASR. ASR, can I ask you? Yeah, stop coming with negativity. We'll end up talking about it eventually, but every time I see you enter with that question, it makes me not like seeing you come into the chat, if that makes sense, because you come with negativity and it makes me feel like, ugh, you know? So don't ask it. Naturally, because TSW is the way TSW is, the bugs will show and we'll end up talking about them. I've just been having a long discussion with chat about the bugs, so we'll get into it, but stop coming in with that question, because you come with like a negative, just like, and I hate to use the word, I hate it, but energy. Hello, Katak. I wish when TSW is not crashing, I uninstalled it. All the ones I have, Classic 356, nothing to fix because I have a Dell computer after it works only for 1 or 2 months. Later crashing and sent a crash report to Microsoft. And I assume Katak's just come in chat when he typed that. It's almost like he was present for the whole conversation we had before. You know when everything is talking to you? Everything is talking to me right now. You think they're sick, Sammy? Okay, good, because I paid a flipping pretty penny for them. I paid a pretty penny for the whole thing. Habibi's your personal fave. Good. Yeah, I know, Hank. You need to get good, mate. You can't use the emotes. Sorry. Doesn't make me put the game down, but it makes me put down what I would absolutely love. And see, that's painful. Even me seeing you say that hurts. Genuinely is painful to me, because this is your hobby. Something that you truly are passionate for and love, and it hurts that, and that genuinely like sucks for me to read that. Still happy with TSW3. What do you mean you can read your own chat? Oh, because I opened Twitch. As I posted, I love TSW until it broke. I think Katak a lot can agree with that. Barrier Simulator 2025. Yes, assume it's buggy. Well, you don't need to assume though. You know it. I know it. Everyone in chat knows it. That's my point. It will show. They will show. In any conversation about TSW, 8 times out of 10, bugs will come up. So just wait on it. Yeah, no, that's fair, ASR. That's fair. Yeah, that's just how like, you know. Kind of how it is. Not in a new way, ASR. The way they've been since the game's released. There were non-electric trains. Oh, interesting. Was there was there anything said about them by a dev or anything of the sort? Honestly, ASR, it's very likely that I will give Simro another go. I think this is my last week with Train Sim Mod 6 for at least a while. And maybe after I haven't played with trains in a while and I get that feeling, I will start with I will go to Simrail before I come back to TSW, I think. At this point, Dan, maybe I even try Football Manager, and maybe that gets me back into football. I'm open to any possibility. I'm open to any possibility. Let me put it like this. Let me put it like this. If I don't, if this week there's nothing that happens to the game. Okay, there's no update to the game because it would be an update. There's no update that comes to the game that satisfies me. I'll call it there for the foreseeable future, because it's possible that they could come out with a patch, you know, this week, and you know, it fixes a plethora of real problems. I'll be more than happy to stick it out and, you know, carry on. However, no marker lights. Why? Why are there no marker lights? Bro already has TSW in similar months. Yeah, I mean, I give games I play a chance. I give the games I play a chance. I was for the roadmap on full time demo release for Frankfurt S1 and Gen 9 and to end of stream. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I mean, even just without that, right? Just the issue, the blur. I've seen a lot of complaints over the weekend on the forum about blurry textures. A lot, and like consoles are the majority income stream for the game. Show some more love to consoles, man. Show some more love to consoles. Like, they really do deserve it. They stick it out through thick and thin. They don't have console players don't have mods to improve the gameplay. They don't experience as much sales as we do on PC. Whatever they're given by you, they're stuck with. Show them some love, man. Sort out the stupid textures. Stupid blurry textures. Come on. Come on. Crashes on the crashes I hear about on Xbox is absolutely diabolical. the frequency of them. Show some love to them, man. Having a game on console is one part of it, no problem. That is, you know, significant in its own right. But there needs to be more. And it comes down to just care. It comes down to just care. I don't think there's no other game that I have partook in, that I have played, because there are other games, generally speaking, that have suffered from this. But there's no game that I have personally played where it feels like the devs are teabagging you. Like you're on the floor and they're just teabagging you. It feels like that sometimes, man. You know what? Let's do an IET run. I'll keep doing one. No, let's do 150 and then I'll do an IET. And then I'll do a Voyager as well. We'll do all three if we can. It's just that in August you're playing Simra every week. You thought TSW6 was a joke. I think it still is. I thought TSW6 was a joke. How? I've always maintained my thoughts on both TSW6 before it came out and TSW5 before it came out. Then in September you were full TSW and uninstalled Simra, and now you're back at let's play Simra again. I didn't say let's play Simra again. I don't like when you do this shit. Stop doing this shit. I've told you about it before and it annoys me. I didn't say let's play Simra again. I said when I feel the need to, I want to play with trains again. When I want to get my train fix, I will go to Simra first before I come back to Train Sim mode. I didn't say I'm gonna start playing Simra tomorrow. Today right now I'm gonna quit the game and start playing Simra. Don't put words in my mouth like that. I don't like that. Don't do that. I speak very clearly, and I mean it how I say it. I mean if I haven't said anything in a particular way, I haven't said it in a particular way. Period. I specifically said when I stop playing TSW6 and I take a break from that, when I feel like I want to go back to play with trains again, I will probably go. I didn't say probably. I said I will go to Simrail first before I go to TSW. Before I bought TSW5, as I was streaming TSW4, I was saying I know that TSW5 is going to be a copy of TSW4. But I'm going to get it anyway. And I said the same thing again about TSW6. I'm not quite sure what you mean by I said I thought TSW6 was a joke. The whole same game every year is a joke. But I've been saying that since TSW3. They need to keep up the optimization, keep at it, still work to do. Maybe Simon, the sentence should be they need to prioritize optimization, because they do optimize the game, what, once every 6 months? If that. Like, it's not good enough. It needs to be a priority on console. Absolutely a priority. So just UK rework for ETS2 is not a dream anymore. I mean, I don't think it was a dream before. I'm not gonna lie. I had lost hope that ETS2 is gonna do a UK rework. I'll be honest. I lost hope. Yeah. It's one thing to just focus on Germany, and then you can say, yeah, maybe they'll then go to the UK afterwards. But they went to Germany, then Switzerland, and Austria, and the Nordics, and it's like, right, hold on a second. What about us? I just gave up hope. So it's good to see that. Yeah. The flame has been reignited. I suggested a Munich Augsburg remaster, but that would need massive optimization. As a lot of things would, unfortunately. Yeah, no concrete info on console. Hence, every post on any platform, on any SES post, 90% of the comments, oh, console when? Console release when? They probably should have kept it quiet until they had the release date. It's one thing to gather, like, yeah, cool, gather excitement and stuff, but also know your audience. That's me misquoting you if I say no, but don't misquote me. It's even worse that you're doing it intentionally. Do not misquote me. Don't misquote me. If I say you said something and you didn't say it, call me out. This is my memory. Oh, every time. Every time. It felt like they just not looked at optimization for ages, then panicked when they realized how bad things were and started to focus on it. Are you referring to the Frankfurt S-Bahn release, Simon, when you say they panicked when they realized how bad things were? Because even that, it wasn't really that they panicked. How they know how bad things are. There's no at no point did they woken up. They know how bad things are. We don't make things up. We don't make things up, man. We don't make things up. Who plays a game and just thinks, oh, let me just in the dev's ears for the sake of it, you know? They know how bad things are. It's just that when it now affects cash flow, that's when it's now all hands on deck. And again, I don't have an issue with business putting money first. That's what you should do. That's how you stay alive. A lot of businesses who put customers first died. They're not around anymore. Put money first, no problem. Because even the customer needs you to put money first. We need you to be alive. We need you to be here to provide us a service that we are here in the first place for. Cool. But please have us a very close second. You know? Have customer satisfaction a very close second. Because you've got a great product. It's just handled very poorly. You really went from ISO over to WISO back with the UK rework. Yeah, I guess so. I'd rather not unsignify it like that, but yeah, I guess so. You're not wrong. A Formula Kaltbahnhof timetable might even be more strenuous than Frankfurt. Forget it then. The hope you have, listen, the last thing that we can have as men is hope. You might have to drop that hope, bro. You don't do it on purpose. Okay, sorry for misinterpreting then. Started talking about optimization after Frankfurt S1. That was the point when they couldn't hide it. Yes, and the point at which, I mean, they have been able to hide it, but it hit them harder than it ever has because it hit them directly. It wasn't that a billion people came and said the same thing and complained. It was that they now had to severely cut down a release. Now it directly affected them, from them down to us, rather than the other way around. As you said, sorry, I completely missed it. Yeah, that's when it started to affect them. Yeah. Can he drive with the Dutch SNG on a subway? Yo, ZK, how's it going, bro? Can he drive with the Dutch routes, SNG on a subway routes? If you're asking if it's possible, yeah, I've seen somebody drive one of the Sandpatch grades locomotives in Bakerloo line. Very cursed. If you're asking if you're asking me to do it right now, no. Waiting to hear back. Hopefully they don't keep you waiting, bro. They can do that sometimes. They can really do that sometimes. What they have to do is proactive optimization. Like you were making a feature, make it optimize it, then release it. Or make it release it and optimize it. Yeah. But then what prevents them from doing that, and that can apply to the DLCs as well. Locos, maps, whatever. Gameplay packs. What prevents them from doing that is they need that income stream from releasing things every day. Obviously, it's not actually every day. I'm exaggerating, but every so often. If they just had that as a principle and they applied that to everything, the game would be in such a better state. And listen, I don't know if there was any... I don't know what exactly went on behind the scenes for the preservation team to no longer be around. But the fact that the preservation team is no longer around, the team that was dedicated to tending to these complaints that we all have, the fact that it was dissolved clearly, for me personally, clearly highlights where the mindset is at the company. Again, I'm not fussed about who is coming from and who's making the orders and who's agreeing and disagreeing. I know that's not for me. I'm a customer. That's not for me to think about. I'm a customer. I'm a consumer of yours. That's not my business. All I see is that the team that was dedicated to polishing and shining is no longer around. Maybe because they weren't making you profit. And although they were improving the experience for everyone, you dissolve them because they don't make you money. That's my interpretation of the situation. The preservation team dissolving has been an L. I think that's been widely agreed upon as a community. It's been an L. I don't care that this car has a tail light and a headlight on. Oh, it's got two tail lights on now. From the cab, it had the headlight and the tail light on. I don't care about that. Just give me a good experience directly with the trains, the railway, what I've bought the game to do, and I'm on my way. I don't expect it, but I think it's good to play some suggestions anyway. No harm in it. No harm in it at all. No harm in it at all. For me, the harm just comes from having that hope for something that's never going to happen. Optimize and bug fixing can mostly tie together as both are QA and us development stage. Yeah. Only because of dirty minded ASR, that's why it sounds crazy. It's literally just like normal business speech. Hello Elm Tree, how are you doing? Mr. Kyle, welcome aboard. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Hello, mate. How's the morning up here? Well, it's coming up to 3 p.m. in the afternoon, actually, in the UK. So, yeah, day's been good so far, mate. Thank you very much. Hope all is well over there in the Philippines. Good to see some more global expansion. Someone from a new country, basically, is what I wanted to say, but I wanted to say it in a fancy way. I think you're my first Philippines viewer, perhaps. Did you hear GWE Remaster coming out before Christmas? Elm Tree, is that confirmed? Has Liam himself said it is coming out before Christmas? Or are people speculating it's coming out before Christmas? Because I've seen many people speculate. I've also seen that Liam has said he hopes it will come out before Christmas. I haven't seen him say it will come out before Christmas, though. If you spec it out well, you could show how it can be done. Show other plays what could be done. Get a few likes and be DTG will notice. Some of my suggestions are more realistic than others. I mean, we've had plenty of great ones, Simon, you know, from yourself, from others that have, you know, and it sucks because there were times when I would visit that part of the forum, and man, I'd be shocked at like the detail people would go into. So here's this train, here's information about this train, here's the route, here's the mileage, here's the stations, just so much detail. It's like, wow, amazing that you've gone to this effort of research and knowing your stuff and coming to recommend it, and it's a shame that it's just going to very likely get ignored. That really sucks. Kind of doing my night shift job. Night ship or night shift? You work as a train? You work as a train driver? Nice. How do you find it? Thank you, ZK, by the way, bro, for liking the live. I just don't usually use consumer as the same meaning of customer. Normally, and I use consumer derivatives for that. I meant like customers or something. Well, no, I'm consuming their like business. I'm consuming their like their thing, their product. I'm a customer. I mean, automatically as a customer, you're consuming whatever that is that you're a customer of. But I get why it sounds a bit funny. Also, just for like nobody to be deceived, no, I don't have confirmation of this, but I've I know it. Catman that I have banned is Nerd. I know some of you have spoken to Catman, not knowing that you're speaking to Nerd, and I don't like that. There's potentially some deceiving going on. Matt said yesterday on the charity stream you should expect it. You see? Gonna bring out the African auntie in me. I don't think Matt would make stuff up. But he's not making up stuff though, Elm Tree. You did. Because he said we should expect it. He didn't say it's going to drop. You said it's going to drop in before Christmas. Two different things. What happened with Nerds? I would like to say I'll let him. You can ask him. The issue is, the issue is he wouldn't be honest about it, and I also don't want to be gossiping like a bitch. Sorry for my language. I don't want to be gossiping like a girl. It would be good for you guys to know, because it went in a way I'd rather it didn't go. But how can I make it concise? He wasn't happy with me making. I took him off as a mod because of a few reasons. But I messaged him about it. I told him that I had done it before. Like the minute I'd done it, I told him, hey, nothing particularly bad, but I've just, this is what I've done. No hard feelings. There's no particular reason for it, other than I just felt things were better before. How things were before when I just had one moderator. Anyway, I felt I did my duty in being respectful and honouring him. He took it quite personally. He did things against myself. He tried to I don't want to use the word hack. I'll just say he tried to access my account. He tried to access my Twitch account. He did things to Nabil, even though Nabil didn't do anything to him. He then has used several accounts that I have noticed, and I stayed silent, completely silent, and didn't do anything about them. But he's come on chat since then with burner accounts to degrade myself, to degrade some of you, and to just be crude. Again, I've done nothing about it, but he kept coming back and coming back and coming back and doing so. Just unfortunately has been quite bitter about the situation. Again, even though I've been completely respectful, and I'm honestly happy to show you the whole Discord conversation I had with him as evidence to how that conversation went. And I should probably screenshot all of that before things could turn nasty. But yeah, Nabil can testify. I've shared some things with Nabil. He can test, and I've shared some things that happened that have been done from then. And Nabil can testify on my behalf. Things that happened to him as well. Just out of just out of bitterness. Just out of bitterness. Unfortunately, some people can't take criticism. Some people can't. You lot know that I'm very ASR. You seen how I spoke to you 10 minutes ago. I'm straight to the point. I don't beat around the bush. I got too much respect for humanity and people to play with you. I'll tell you straight. So whatever can be resolved can be resolved. If it's not going to be resolved, we can go our separate ways. So I come as it is. I'm happy to be proven wrong, and concede when I am wrong. And unfortunately, this is a situation where that my sort of straightforwardness met someone who wasn't able to maybe particularly handle that well. Even though I provided evidence for everything that I said, literally provided evidence for everything I said. And yeah, so since then he's been coming back on burner accounts, mostly the Catman one. To yeah, you if you've noticed, every time the Catman account is here, it will degrade me. Someone who allegedly is not part of the community, you don't see them often, but when they come, somehow they're very comfortable to degrade myself, to degrade TSW, to degrade some of the decisions that we make, some of the things that we say. Yeah, someone who's just not very intellectual. I've only realized that it's his accounts because of his own slip-ups that he doesn't know he's making, that I know straight away this is nerd. And yeah, like I said, as he's been doing that, he's been doing it since he's disappeared from the channel, which has been over a month now, maybe 2 months, and I haven't done anything until an hour ago when I banned him. I think that speaks to sort of how I've carried the situation from the beginning. So yeah, if there's a random account that starts being nasty, or just starts trying some funny stuff, or all of a sudden I do get hacked, and the Discord goes weird, or the Twitch goes weird, or my YouTube goes weird, or whatever, I've got security in all of my things, and that was what protected me. But in advance, it's obviously not me. Like, I think the gloss up suggestion I made would appeal to someone. I can't believe I missed that, man. I'm so sorry. If the Cross City gameplay pack was successful, this is the same principle. Absolutely. Absolutely. How you described it to me on Friday, I think it was either Friday or Thursday, as long as it's the same concepts, Cross City to me, I believe the Cross City 170 stuff was successful, so I don't see why that wouldn't be. I'm gonna tell you things happen. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just Kyle. It's more than anything, I was disappointed more than anything, because he was great fun to have around. And sometimes you sort of need to unlock somebody's other side to see what they're really like. And something had happened about 3 months ago now, where something had upset him. That wasn't actually a thing, by the way, but he sort of, sometimes people have a way of creating a storyline. And I saw a particular side that, yeah, from then I was like, okay, I've seen you, for real. Which is a shame, because he was a great laugh, great character. Loved having them around. If there's no one that was going to be on the stream, it was going to be Nerds, super loyal. Just a shame. Yeah, it's a shame things went that way. Sammy, throw the stream back a little bit, bro. I'll leave it there. Just out of respect to the honestly, out of respect to him as well. I'm not here to degrade anybody. I'm not saying anything that's not true or factual, and I don't want to go into opinions or stuff like that, or influence somebody's opinion on somebody. I'm just speaking of ASR asked what happened. I've told him what happened, and that's that. Yeah. No, and gloss applying, let's be honest. Dovetail should pay you, Dovetail should pay you. Because gloss applying is it's not like the most exciting, fun, great, whatever you want to use as an adjective, since its release, you know, it's a pretty much a one-trick pony, and that's been its kryptonite since release. And Dovetail could do with having a reason to make people pay for that. It should pay you for that. But I used to say a lot, very often, if you remember, if something makes sense, they won't do it. So, you know, that hasn't changed, unfortunately, after 2 years. Nah, Dad, you're an angel, man. You're an angel. I mean, I've been doing this consistently now since, of course, since TSW4, isn't it? Or just before TSW4, I don't even know, because I used to stream Fortnite quite a lot, and then I started streaming TSW4. So since the last 2-3 years that I've been doing this consistently, that's the first person that I've, you know, encountered like that, which I think speaks volumes to, you know, the majority. But it just sucks that someone can be just like that venomous. My goal in life is now to be happy and do good. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes, Dan, being in that bad mental state really gives you a perspective that you otherwise wouldn't have. Because I think the same is for me. If not for my lows, I wouldn't value peace as much as I do. You know what? The night lighting is good. Overall, it's good. As ASR pointed out last week, Sky could be darker, but I think overall, it's a good route for lighting for the game. You know the funny thing is, Simon, I don't think I've ever played Glossopline. I think maybe once, if I have ever played it, it would have been once. Yeah, thank God you're out of there now, Dan, man. I'm so happy that you're out of there. Very happy you're out of there. I'm at... I haven't... Like, if I had to have hurt either a person or multiple people, it hasn't been because I've gone to do that person evil. That person has received it as an evil, but I haven't gone to do them evil. And I don't want to be specific about a particular situation, but that's the only time I know I have, that somebody has felt that I've done evil to them. That things happened a particular way, and you know, it happened to be that the situation ended up being very much against them and very much for me. And so yeah, it's one of those things where, you know, you can be one person, you ask somebody their opinion on you, and you ask another person their opinion on you, and they can be the opposite, but you're the same person they're talking about. Oh, Dan. Oh, man. I don't know if you had the same thing. I think it's not uncommon, but when yeah, for a while, when I'm for a very long time actually in my life, when I would be no, if I'm upset with people around me, I'd be more upset or more angry at them than I would be angry at somebody that I didn't know, if that made sense. I don't know why, but it was like I treated people that were like family or close friends, I would really go at them more so than I would someone else. And man, you know, then you go through that whole period where you're regretting it afterwards, and it's just a dark place, man. Yeah, just seek help, man. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Honestly. The thing is, though, yeah, sometimes you're in that place, and I don't know, like you know that would be the right thing to do, but you don't even want to do. You don't want to do it. Like it's not easy to even do that. And it took a lot for me to go into therapy when I went into it a few years ago. It took a lot, and that was even years after I had made a decision that I was going to end my life as well. Because even when I came out of that, not many people knew of it, and I've been in that position twice. It was only after the second time, I think, that I went to therapy. Second time was a lot more scarier because it could have happened like just like that. Whereas the first time it would have been premeditated. Yeah, I guess you were just unstable then. It was just like instability. It really sucks. Like sort of chronic muscle pain. Wow. Wow. I pray that you'll recover from that, man. It sucks that you have like certain demons that will just attach themselves. You know, you come out of one season, but sometimes the baggage of the previous ones comes with you. Yeah, exactly, Sammy. Exactly. And I said it was disappointing. And one of the most disappointing things was the fact that he's almost somewhere in the region, I think, of 5 to 10 years older than I am. I'm coming up to 30, man. So it's just disappointing that, you know, an adult reacted in such a way. And when I spoke to my missus about it, that was what I said about it as well. I was like, I was doing that on Habbo Hotel when I was playing Habbo Hotel, and I had a friend who done me dirty. I had I had released I had written a rap song, and I recorded it, and I had put it on I don't know where I uploaded it to, but I was very like sensitive about it, and I shared it with her. And this is what I was like I was in year 8, so I would have been maybe 13 years old, 14 years old. And then she was my friend at Habbo Hotel, and I shared it with her. I gave her the link, and then she had this friend that I was really jealous of because she was my friend, and now she had this other friend, so I was really jealous. And then she shared it with this friend, and they were laughing at me. And so I was like, nah, you're taking a piss. So in Habbo Hotel, you can have your own room, you decorate it, and then you can give people rights to your room, and they can decorate it as well. They can move things around and da 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 da. So I had rights to her rooms, and I just went on all of them and just scrapped them. I just messed everything up, all her hard work. But I did that when I was 13 years old, you know, not 30. In therapy at the minute, best decision I made. Oh, mate, honestly, I was annoyed that it took me as long as it did, and I'm open to even going back. It's been floating on. It's been an idea floating in my head for the past year or so. Yeah, it's crazy, Dan. How? You know what? Everything's in the Bible. As a man thinks, so is he. It's so crazy how everything here can manifest as a disease. If you're diseased in here, give it some. Just give it time. Just give it time. Your body will start to be physically diseased. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. And it works the other way as well. The mind is so powerful, so powerful, so powerful. As are our words. Releases the mixtape. You know what? I have an EP from 2022 that I've got on a hard drive. A whole EP that I won't release. I've also got a SoundCloud that's live, that no one will find. Nabil's found it. I don't know how he found it. I think he told me. I don't remember. But Nabil, I gave him the challenge to find it, and he flipping went and done it. But that's got one of the older things. That's not as good as my more recent stuff. But yeah, I don't do that no more, man. That's not me. If I need to for a joke or like a parody or whatever, maybe, innit? But I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I was a bit lost. It wasn't even that long ago, but yeah, I was a bit lost then. And about 9 years ago, and I just thought, how was it 9 years ago? Did it help as well? I haven't said anything. I'm convinced. Atheist, full disclosure. I didn't believe though. What do you mean you haven't said anything? Pardon me. Before. Listen. I'm a loud and proud. I'm a loud and proud follower of Jesus, and I'm in awe of what I've experienced. I was born a Muslim, hence my name, hence my terrorist look, as some might say. You know, nice brown skin with a beard, and yeah, man, I'm just in awe, hence my loudness. So don't take it like personally. Don't worry. I will. I will. I'll bring up the Bible. I will bring up Jesus whenever I can, because it's so. The Bible is such a roadmap. It's so crazy that anytime you hear like a successful people speak and they talk about strategy and they talk about how they got done, every time it's a principle from the Bible. It's crazy, and it's a shame that it's used more. The thing is about principles. They're just that. So as long as you follow those, it doesn't matter who you are, what you believe, what you do. You follow those principles, it will work. Every path to success in life is in the Bible, and yet not everyone that is successful reads the Bible or has ever touched the Bible. So whenever I see like a connection, or I just see something from there alive, although the word is alive anyway, but whenever I see alive, I always I'll always mention it. Massively, it's because me and the missus just found out we couldn't have kids. One of our close friends recently passed. Some therapy and some CBT treatments on me right out. I'm so happy that you went through the healing process of that, man. That's rough. Romanians are obsessive Christianity, controlled by priests and church. Yeah, I mean, it's a different kind of faith. I think it's more Catholic based, right? There's a lot of I don't know. I find Catholicism odd, right? Like at the foundation, we're all followers of Christ, right? But there's a lot of ideologies that don't quite align. If you were to pick up a Bible and read it, you'd find some misalignments. That's why I will rather say I don't use the word Christian. You know, I don't really call myself a Christian. I call myself a follower of Christ. And then people start asking me, "Oh, what denomination?" Don't miss me with that, man. What do you mean? I follow Jesus Christ. What are you talking about, denomination, bro? I follow Jesus Christ. What the Bible says. Don't hit me with no denomination bollocks. I understand it. I do understand I do understand it, and I understand some history of some denominations, but yeah. You're also Muslim. What they are, they say I'm Muslim. They won't say I'm a Sunni Muslim, I'm a Shia Muslim, I'm a this Muslim. There's actually, I think there may be around or more denominations of Islam than there are Christianity. Yet you will never know. You will never know, because they don't bother themselves with the denominations. Like you're this, or you're that. Although I mean they do anyway. You just won't see it. They don't bother themselves with it's a person falling. I know that when you say Jesus loves you, you mean it. I say he has a blessing coming from you, and I like it. Yeah, I mean, I say that. So I specifically say that because that is the fundamental thing, being in Christ. The most important thing to God is love. So although it's like very, it's very what's the word when like something's just like you hear it everywhere and stuff like that. I forgot the word, but it's like, yeah, you'll hear it everywhere, but there's actually a lot of depth to it. That is God. The Bible describes God is love. Like that is the most fundamental thing as a Christian, is love. So if I can just get that across, it's a start, you know? And if anyone wants to have a conversation following that, then we go more in depth. I do have 3 Bibles, but I never opened them. Maybe you should, Hank. Give it a try, you never know. There are people who have read the entire Bible and are atheists. They've read the Bible to study it. And then there are people who have read the Bible and God has spoken to them loudly. I will never forget when I was still a Muslim. And this is how my transition started. So something had already happened before this that changed my life, basically. And then I used to, so I was a Muslim. My partner at the time was Christian, and we would basically debate that I would make her Muslim, and she would make me Christian. So we would go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and we then came into an agreement that, okay, let's do this. To sort of explore each other's books. We'll read some Quran together, and we'll read some Bible together, back and forth, right? One day we'll do this, one day we'll do that, one day we'll do this, one day we'll do that. Never got to read the Quran with her. We would read the Bible, and I later discovered why this happened. But we would read particular passages, and the words, how can I explain it? The words were alive. I wasn't just reading it like I was reading a newspaper or a book. Man, the words spoke. I can't I can't explain it. The words were alive. The words were speaking to me so loudly, so clearly, and so accurately about very specific things that were going on personally in my life. And this happened over many nights. And so I think when you read the Bible with a mind of, see, one thing you need in Christ, the whole point of being a Christian is being imperfect. If you think Christians that go to church are somehow good, no, we're not. It's Christ within us. That makes us good. We are all we have all fallen short of the glory. We're all fallen short. None of us, we're all evil. By nature of us being flesh, we are evil. So we're all in need. And the fundamental principle of being in Christ is you accept that God is your strength, and that's where your power comes from. That's when he starts to work in you. That's when you start to now walk in a way that you haven't walked before. You speak like you haven't spoken before. It's when you humble yourself to say, God, it's not me, it's you. So now when you read something like the Bible with that mindset of you lower yourself, if that makes sense, then you actually open yourself to learning and to applying. If you just apply, like I said, the most successful people on earth, it's biblical principles, whether they knowingly or not have applied them. It's that they've applied. It could absolutely change your life. Is this the second nighttime service in Journey, bros? I think, nah, Simon, I'm sure this is like the fourth by now, I think. Fourth or fifth at this point, I don't know. I feel like there's been quite a few nighttime services. I'm just grateful this one isn't with rain and fog. It actually looks quite nice because it's a dawn, it's a sunrise service, which means that, you know, it is a bit light than it otherwise would be. Orthodox 90%, yeah. I won't criticize denomination. I just focus on, yeah. Let me do what I need to do. I'm as imperfect as the next person, and at the same time, God loves me the same as the other person. So I was raised Catholic, went on a soul search in my early 20s, went to temple, mosque to see what was cracking. Actually felt close to Buddhism, less faith and more spiritual. Then ended up being atheist. Same was blessed by an African priest this morning. As I'm kitting out a mega church in Lagos. Hey, Sammy, they don't play with God over there. Whether you like it or not, you'll receive something. Oh man, it's just a shame. You see, being in Christ, yeah. There's two aspects to it. Yes, you pray and then you seek the face of God. You fast and do so many wonderful things. But you can't be a Christian and broke. It's for a long time. There's this old school mentality of rich people somehow on going to heaven. Huh? Jesus was balling. If you actually go and study Jesus in an economic way, Jesus was balling. All the disciples, Jesus said, don't accept money, and yet somehow they had abundance. They were amazing market. You can find how to market in the Bible. You can find how to start a business in the Bible. You can find how to advertise in the Bible. How to make profit is in the Bible. Everything needed to be wealthy, successful, prosperous is there. No one that walked with God was broke. You're joking. I don't know where that mentality came from. It's so poisonous. It's so toxic. If you're broke, you're not reflecting God. You're mad. You're mad. How big God is. You're mad. You're broke. You're not representing God well. If you knew how it bothers me that I'm not financially free, oh my lord, it's insane. There's a lot of progress now in that area anyway, but oh my god, it makes me sick. It makes me sick. Not gonna read one of the Bibles. It's almost 150 years old. Oh, fair enough. I mean, in that case, it's more of an antique. This church doesn't say it seats 50,000 people. It's not a stadium, is it? Because I know sometimes in African countries they have like events where they'll fill out football stadiums. 50,000 is insane, absolutely insane. And atheist or not, you push in God's work in any capacity, you truly are blessed. You truly are blessed. And I pray that those blessings will manifest themselves in such a way that you'll see and you'll know, okay, yeah, this isn't an ordinary thing. The most beautiful church I've ever been in was a little church in Vatican City. I assume Vatican City would have a lot of those type of churches, right? I'm assuming some beautiful art under the ceilings and stuff. St. Peter. I haven't heard of it. I don't know of it. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me that it was there. It's a weird design, massive big stage, then 5 separate scenes, and 5 different buildings. So it must be a huge. Did you say Lagos? Hold on a second. My pastor's going to Nigeria soon, and I wonder if is it for an event? Dutch churches are mostly boring white. St. Peter's Basilica? I've never heard of it. Never heard of it. I said a long time ago that my role model, so to say, is Oskar Schindler. I feel like the name is familiar. Who's Oskar Schindler? I'm certain I've heard the name before. Like, it sounds familiar. Ah, Schindler List. That's why. That's why. I haven't watched it though. Maybe I should. Should I? Cathedral in Barcelona is insane. I don't remember if I've seen that or not, man. It was so long ago that I went to Barcelona, and feel like I feel like I have, but I don't know if I'm just making it up because I've seen it in like I've seen pictures and videos of it and stuff. I know it's massive though. I should. I'll add it to the list. I'm not much of a movie watcher. That's the thing. I'm not much of a movie watcher, but it's there. It's on the list. An amazing film and an incredible story. Incredible story in the film, or is it like based on a true story? Santiago de Compostela Cathedral. That's the thing. Yeah, I've never been to like. The only time I've been to like any like church, like your typical pointy roof church, was when I was in primary school. I went on a school trip. It's ironic. I was a Muslim when I went to like one of those like your stereotypical I'd say design churches. I was Muslim. Since then, I don't think I've stepped foot in one. Well, actually, no. I went to St. Paul's Cathedral for like just an outing with that same partner back then. That was just once though, and I think there was something going on there. I don't remember. Well, we didn't stay there too long. Yeah, those are the only times I've been to like those sort of buildings. Based on truth. Wow. Okay, cool. That makes it a bit more that grabs me a little bit more. Oskar Schindler was a German industrialist and Nazi party member. He saved the lives of approximately 1,200 Jews during the Holocaust by employing them in his factories to produce enamel-wearing munitions for the German army. Member of the Nazi party, which saw profit in Germany. What a guy. Nah, I don't know what it is, Simon. Just is how like. I mean, I watched a few movies when I was younger, right? Like, there's some standout ones, Matrix, and I mean, I only watched them because of my dad, really. Matrix, Terminator, like those kind of manly movies from back in the day, and some like like Shrek and a few of those kind of animated movies. But I've just never been like big on. Like I've just never gone out my way. I guess I've never gone out my way to go and watch a movie. I say a greedy, flawed man which eventually turned around, give everything to save lives. He died poor by the grace of those he saved. Sounds like it would be a really good watch. Sounds like it really would be. I used to go from Exeter to Plymouth a lot on the train when I was young, and I was always one half. Really into the journey, one half quite dull. I guess anything that wasn't like the sea was dull. Like when you've got a view of the sea, it's very hard for anything else to compete. more of a TV person. Yeah, see, I'm more of a Netflix person. I haven't watched TV since school. I think secondary school. Like I've watched like TV shows, right? Like I watched Big Bang Theory. I've watched South Park, Family Guy, American Dad. I've watched them on like online. They were TV, but it's like actually TV now, man. Now it's solely Netflix if I'm gonna watch stuff like that. My entertainment is Netflix and YouTube. Netflix when I'm with the missus, we're having something. Usually it will be like dinner, lunch, breakfast. Basically, anytime we're consuming some food, it's Netflix. And if I'm sort of doing something by myself here, if I'm eating by myself or just having some downtime, slap on YouTube and watch whatever. And that's why, Sammy, you do what you do. And that's why you're good at it as well. And that is, you are successful. There was a book I read some years ago, and it said when you find that which you love and that you're gifted in, and you serve people, that is success or happiness or one of the two or a mix of the two. After Newton Abbott is a maiden station they count off. Yeah, I can't wait to do this myself. I think I've decided within myself I will make this trip at some point with the family and yeah, you know, kind of get a kick out of it myself by, you know, experiencing the line, and then also for the family to enjoy the beach and, you know, a few days away. Watching a lot, mostly TV shows now, but I saw a good movie yesterday. The Lost Bus. I don't know why that reminded me of Phone Booth. I used to just randomly, when I was younger, I had a TV in my room. I just watched TV like without my parents knowing when I was like young. And Phone Booth, oh my god. I was in awe. It was just so sick of a movie, so sick. I don't know why that came to me when I saw The Lost Bus. But The Lost Bus, what a name. What's that about? If you were to summarize it. Afternoon, Navi. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. Schindler's List is honestly an absolutely incredible film. So we're like so amazed and moving. Damn. I mean, if you guys are singing its praise to this extent, then yeah, I think one of these days. Actually, me and the missus are going away soon. If there's time during that getaway, because it will be for a purpose. But if there's time, maybe we watch it. We watch it then. Yeah, I think I should take your recommendations quite seriously, Sammy. Considering it's your area. Haven't been to a cinema in years. Yeah, same. Funnily enough, the last time I went to cinema, I think if I remember correctly, it was to watch. Basically, I've never been like into anime. Never. But my close friend has for quite a while, and he's always trying to convince me. And then I think he invited me to like just try it out, and I was like, let's go, you know, let's give it a go. Actually, no, I don't think that was the last time. It's the last time I remember. It speaks a lot for the last time I actually went. Anyway, the last time I remember it was to watch, it was a Dragon Ball Z something that was in cinema. And it was okay. I kind of started to understand anime, or not necessarily understand it, but understand why people were into it and, you know, the excitement for it. But I mean, I ended up falling asleep halfway through, which kind of, I guess, spoke to my ultimate feeling towards it. It's snowing, what? So yeah, it didn't turn me into an anime fan, but I guess it opened my eyes just a little bit compared to how I'd seen it before. It's about a school bus that was trapped in that California fires in 20C, and true story of a guy saying, wow. So is that more? So is it actually a movie, or is it like more of like a docu movie? We need a book channel movie. You know what? Let's make it happen. That is such a good recommendation. Let's make it happen. Let me see if I can do it myself without relying on Nabil to do it for me. Okay, create channel. Movies and books, should we call it? Or do you want a separate one for books and then a separate one for movies and TV shows? Yeah, I'll do one. I'll do one for each. I think that makes more sense. I'll just call it books. I'll just call it books. I don't think I need to over complicate it. I created it, but I need to put it in the right thing. I don't know how to put it in the right place. Oh, category? Yeah, off topic. Channel permissions. Add the role. Everyone, isn't it? Everyone can view it. Send messages. Send messages in threads. Create public threads. Embed links. Attach files. Add the reactions. Use external emojis. Use external stickers. Not mention role. Not manage messages. Read message history. Yeah. I can't. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave it for Nabil to sort out, because I'm unsure of what I'm doing, if I'm being completely honest. Also, probably doing it here and now isn't the smartest idea either. I've been needing the piss for the past like hour. I've been waiting for this service to be done. Oh, you know what? It doesn't look too bad in the snow at all, does it? It's my first time properly seeing snow here. Very atmospheric, very nice. Snow is blended well, the colors are matching. Foliage just got a dust in. Nice. It is nice. I apologize in advance for the film on comic books. I'm gonna suggest. No, listen. As long as it's popping, as long as it's busy, it's good. I'll shoot if the bill doesn't appear before the end of the stream. I'll message him privately and ask him to set that up for me. Mark still having a stinker. It's the trade-off with TSW, right? We get to enjoy our passion or you know, our hobby or something that we're interested in at the cost of it being very imperfect and frustrating. Voyager sitting there in the distance. Raw to that extent. You need to get it valued for insurance.
We are now approaching Plymouth. Please mind the gap between the front of the platform and take care when stepping down from the train.
Simon, would you ever be willing to move to Twitch? Or like watch a stream on Twitch? I think that speaks volumes on its own, Simon. 100% digital. It's not the same though, is it? There's like, I don't know. Oh, we might spad here. Shite.
This is Plymouth. This is a Great Western 34. Great
Oh, that's
Western
my signal. Oh my god, I thought it was this one.
Penzance. Calling at
Wait, is it? No, that's the middle one, right? That signal's for the middle.
Lost Winion.
That's for that, and that's for this. Okay. Ah,
Campbell. Hale.
I thought I was cooked.
And
In frames. Oh. Like that. Damn. I want to have a cool collection. You know what? Soon. I'm gonna have a cool collection. I didn't get a medal for that. Apparently, I'm gonna have a cool collection. Don't know what it is yet. Don't know what I'm gonna be collecting soon. I'm gonna have a cool collection. Thing is, nothing's like really stuck out to me that I like would collect. You know. Now it's crossed my mind getting like model trains, for example, or cars or whatever. But like, it's not like Hot Wheels. I want to collect all the Hot Wheels or anything like that. But I'll find something. I wanna collect something as a hobby. I was thinking of Legos at one point, but the time it would take to build everything. Anyway, we'll take this service when I'm back. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom for a quick trip. I'll do that 43-minute service and then call it there. almost fell over. Right. For me, it's better on a few Kindles, reading everything I get my hands on PC. I feel. Yeah, no, fair enough, fair enough. As long as you still get the experience of visiting another realm, another worlds. I think that's the most important thing when it comes to reading like entertainment books.
TPWS and AWS operational.
I'm also digital in my comics now, just buy standout ones. I find at trade shows. So do you go like, are these trade shows like specifically for that, or do you just happen to find them there? The invisible walls here are so strange. Very, very, very strange.
Platform 1 for the 10.
I got a mod for the lights apparently.
Western Railway service to Payton, calling
Don't know
at
how much of a difference it
Payton
makes.
only.
Oh. Hello, you. Nothing to shop today? Nope, it's dead here. I love trains though, man. I love driving trains. I don't want to stop playing this game. That is like the dilemma, isn't it? I just love trains. I love driving them.
Welcome aboard this Great Western Railway service to London Paddington. We'll be calling at Torquay, Tor, Newton Abbot, Tim.
Which they have, Simon, I'm pretty sure, on some routes. I can't recall which ones, but I'm pretty sure I've seen them before.
Westbury, Pusey, Bedley, Newbury, Reading, and London Paddington.
It's not impossible to implement, and I think it would have been
The next station is
not the hardest thing in the world, to be honest. I don't have any game dev experience, but I can't imagine that being difficult. Trains and trucks. Well, personally, my first passion is cars. Before anything is cars. Then after cars, I'd say my second interest would be trains. Instead of gaming. I don't know, man. I don't find like for like a decade I would play ETS2 and not be able to put it down, but I don't have that same desire for it anymore, man. I don't know why. And it's weird because like I miss having that desire. Like I don't have the desire itself. I don't miss the game itself, but I miss the desire I had for it. It's an odd one. Oh, because it's a journey mode one, Simon. That's why they've given us this weather. Why else? How else? If yeah, and this is where I become a little bit of a hypocrite, admittedly. I don't really care about the medals, but it's if I've earned it, I would like to see it, right? I would happily do these runs in timetable mode, but if I got the medals, show up in journey mode rather than just a tick. Someone's open with most done. They can do them all. Thank you, mate. But it goes back to the inconsistency point that I keep making every so often, doesn't it? So many different features, different types of features. One route they're here, the other route they're not. One route they're here, the other route they're not. Why? Why? Lifts are cool, escalators are cool, but sort of things that directly impact the train that you might be driving would be cooler. Boobs, weed, films, trucks, ships, stuff of interest. A man. What a cool list. One thing I don't like about this is that some stations the teleport. Yeah. How I don't know why they've been like, it seems like they've been extra restrictive of this one. It doesn't even just seem like the normal invisible wall situation. It seems like they've gone a bit overboard here. For what reason? I don't really know. And ironically, it's on a route that probably should be the more one of the more explorable ones. It's weird. Reminds me on Peak Forest. There's a particular bridge apparently on Peak Forest that I've seen mentioned. That was even advertised, or like it was during the marketing that yeah you can access this, or like a path or something. And then an update came at some point and put an invisible wall there so you couldn't traverse the area. And it's just like, it's just weird. Because fair enough, on one hand, we have a valid issue of the game having sim in the name, and not being up to that standard. But you've now said that the world is not for having all the countries in the world, but for exploring the world around you. Okay, so let us explore the world around us. No? Ah, yes. The weird football thing. I mean, it's just the back of a pub, really, isn't it? Doesn't look like a pub, but I mean, you're not gonna find this set up in someone's backyard. Okay. I like these kind of assets. This is a proper British house. Bricks. Oh my god, I hate that. I like these assets more than like these ones, like these style ones. This is what makes me feel like, yeah, I'm in Britain. I'm somewhere in the UK. Don't know where, but I'm definitely in the UK. This is a UK house. This is a British house. Like, yeah, you do sometimes see these, but in terms of like something that will speak volumes, you know, that will be effective in terms of the geography, it's the brick laid houses, man. It's not even one route to another. I think it's inside routes that I haven't experienced too often, you know. I'll be honest. There's a bench on Suffragette line you can walk to. Yeah, they. I remember they used that during the marketing, didn't they? Why are we not moving? I had the brake held. Hello, Crazy. How you doing? Simon, is the S in your name the S-Bahn S? That's cool. I I get exit St. Thomas, Dawlish Road and Marsh Part, and have the teleport, and I was St. Thomas Part, next time to school. That is such a shame. Was it far from the station? Like, would you theoretically be able to walk to the school? Like, is it close enough to actually walk to in game? Hypothetically speaking. Doing good. Currently playing OMSI 2 London DLC. Been stuck shut for 91 minutes at West Norwood. Is that near the bus garage? Yeah, the AI is bugged there. I'm not gonna lie. I would suggest when you're in that area, just go through them. Just turn the collisions off and go through them because it's a bad like routing that they have. Aside from that, anywhere else, I would yeah, keep the traffic there for immersion. Got into 3 stops in that time. That was like when I used to play Berlin X10 with collisions on and just like traffic set to high, and yeah, I'd never make it on time. It was ridiculous. I need to get back into OMSI. I think I'm going to do that. I think dropping TSW is going to help me explore some of my previous loves. Because I want to get back into OMSI. I want to get back into LMU. Those are the top ones in my mind. And then as an extra, again, I'm happy to play GTA in my own time, but I could also try streaming it. The truck sims, ETS2, ATS.
This is a Great Western Railway service to
What else would be on my
London
mind? I don't mind. BeamNG. I didn't really explore BeamNG. Can I say I explored BeamNG to full potential? There's still a lot to do. I left a lot there to do. I've even uninstalled it because I don't know when I'm next gonna play it, but I do want to play it at some point again. It is the S1S, sweet. School wouldn't be walkable, there are shops in there waiting to his time. That's so sick. It would be annoying because obviously they're not going to be, you know, actually represented, but yeah, it would be sick to just relive those memories here. You can't be bothered to do that crazy, but you can be bothered to wait 91 minutes in traffic. Huh? How does that make sense? See if Omnigo. Yeah, ASR. I need to yeah, once I'm back in OMSI, I will start doing what needs to be done there, I think. Instead I did the N3 16 minutes late in the end. 322 is 14 minutes late and 201 on time. I mean, depending on what time you did those, for London traffic, those probably aren't too bad. And I decided to, for like... Is that 100 minutes? I can recognize the streets across between St. Thomas and St. David's. Lived just up the hill from St. David's. What a cool experience on the left side as you approach from here. Do you know the line off? Like, can you drive this HUDless? I just went through the AI and they lost. Oh, okay. I used to enjoy sitting in traffic in games when I was younger, just because it was realistic. You can tell I've known nothing but London City. I was excited when like there'd be traffic mods in games that would cause traffic jams. That used to actually genuinely excite me. There are so many layers to me. Like I'm such a I've experienced being such a nerd But then I've also done. I also had. I've also like lived like the complete opposite as well. I don't know. Sometimes I think to myself like, right, who are you? Who are you? And somehow I've always been myself throughout, which I guess I can hold on to and be proud of. N3 at 1 to 2 makes sense. Yeah, being a night bus. 3 to 2 from 6 to 7. Okay, that'll still be busy. I think. I keep forgetting this is one power handle. Oh, 201. Yeah. If it's on a Sunday, then yeah. Sunday during the evening, you're going to be on time always. I enjoy it myself. That's why. That's the most important thing, man. That's the most important thing. Probably not. I don't know off by heart the driver, but maybe after driving it for long enough. Yeah, fair enough. It's only because he said like up here when I was driving, and I was like, right, like you know like where we are. I recognize almost everything between Newton Abbot and Exeter St David's. Oh, what a sick experience! What a sick experience! And I'm so glad for you. I'm happy for you that it's been done well. Because with the suffragette line being my version of that, I know how like fun and exciting it is that it's been represented fairly well. And it's a line that because of that I could just go on there and do a run whenever and be completely like immersed and have fun. Even though relative to a lot of routes it's quite boring. But just because I can relate to it in that way, all its flaws sort of vanish into thin air almost. What's the longest route on the London? Oh, I wouldn't know. I couldn't tell you. I haven't played it enough. Come on, I know your approach control. Change. Oh, it's a real red. Seemingly so. Ah. We're waiting for the Voyager. Seemingly not. I'm gonna go to call the dispatcher and it's gonna clear. No, maybe not. Alright, so what do we have here then? Oh, never mind. It's gone. Was that 150 I just passed by last? Maybe it was that. Because we are switching over to the left. Miles line is my current equivalent. Again, another route that's been very well. We have with this with the state of a lot of the routes, especially when it comes to minor details. I think we've somehow managed to get away with it. You especially, 2 for 2. That's insane. Well, I guess actually I could count Brighton Mainline as well. Victoria, they've done a banging job of Victoria. Which I guess you could probably kind of own as well. Probably the 159 or the N3. 159 is quite lengthy, but yeah, just because I haven't driven all of them. Yeah, I can't say for sure, crazy. Can't say for sure, unfortunately. Yeah, no, it looks like it's not approach. It always an approach control at all. The thing is, I've encountered so many instances of reds that are there just for the sake of slowing you down. That's my like, my instinctive assumption now. It's like, yeah, I'll approach it, it will clear, we keep on moving. It was somewhat actually refreshing having to hang around there for a bit. I love this. I really like this. I like trains, man. I like playing this game. It's so frustrating. I really like playing this game. I can't drop it. How can I drop it? It's fun. Why is it got to be the way it is? It's so toxic. Such a toxic relationship. The fog's clearing and the clouds, which is nice.
This is a Great Western Railway service.
I think calling the signaler only works for shunt boost uncoupling for passive signals. You know what, Simon? You're right. I think I've been doing it to TSW2, and it's just a habit. I get to a red, and it's like, just in case. Because, you know what? There was a scenario. Well, this is an example of like why I do it. There was a scenario on Dresden where I went up to a signal, pressed that, and it said denied wait for permission. I said, okay, cool. So I waited. About 4 minutes passes, and at that point I'm starting to think to myself, yeah, this doesn't feel right. Let me try it again. Requested, and then I was let through. So if I just hadn't requested at all, I would have just been sitting there. And it would be especially because I'm doing it for a recording, and it's like I don't want it to be crap. And you've made me look like a rookie. Not that I'm amazing at driving the trains, right? Definitely it's sort of a jack of all, master of none. But where I can not be as bad, I will try. Alright, Sammy. Miles Lane has a real mix. My local station is incredible, but the 1-2 stations along you can't even exit. Yeah, there's a lot of weirdness there, man, between the passengers not being dynamic and some of that kind of thing. Some of that sort of thing. Some of those sort of things, goodness me, English. Yeah, it is a bit of a mix, but I think overall though, again, especially within the realm of TSW, it's a banger. You know what, Hank? I am, because it's been blocked this entire time, and I've been speaking. At least I've been feeling like I've been speaking funny this for the last 4 hours, or 3.5 at the moment. So, for better or for worse, yes, I am aware of my nose. It won't let me be unaware of it at any point. This is one of, hand on heart, out of what I can vividly remember, this is my first time seeing fog clear, and one of few times that I've seen weather change for the better. What a time to be alive. That sucks, man. At least you can fly around, I guess, right? Like, the 8 camera does exist on PlayStation, I believe. You just have to keep, like, switching. At least there's that, but it would be nice to walk around, you know, train sim world. I don't know why I'm feeling like I'm swooning. Is that the word, swooning? Like I'm a little bit like sprung. Like I'm really in love with this. The sounds, the experience, the views, the joy of driving a train. I don't know why all of a sudden. I think whether I keep playing this game or not, it just depends on the fight between how much I want to play with trains and experience driving them, and the bugs pushing me away. That actually hurt, by the way. I've been hurt, this has been hurting me for about 3 months or 4 months now. Probably should be a little bit worried about it. Might help with something else? What do you mean, Hank? Once you get fog, you're usually stuck with it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it is nice being able to just run around on foot. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Simon, get a PC, yeah? Listen. Get like a handheld, yeah, that you can just put where your console is, right? So you don't need like a whole desk for it and whatever, Nowadays, you can get like a small PC, slap it on your desk, and just play the same way you're playing now with a controller, right? And mate, because there's a mod for it's like everything. There's so many problems you have that can be fixed by mods. There's an invisible walls remover mod available that I would imagine, by the name, would remove the invisible barriers, and you can just be like, you can just do what you can be free to just, play the game the way you fantasize playing it, and be free of the console limitation shackles. Just do it. Come to the light side. You'll like it here. I think this is life affirmingly good. Define life affirmingly. What does that mean? That seems like a very powerful description. Yeah, it all comes. That's the thing. It all has to come together, and it does on this route. Look at that. That's the thing. Yeah. It just has to all come together. Everything. The trains themselves, the sounds, the physics, the timetable, the environment. That makes the experience. As slow as we've approached, we're still on time.
This is Tinmouth.
Well, see, here's the thing, Simon, right? Depending on where your conscience sits, you don't have to buy, Depending on one's conscience. So you could have everything you have and more for a cost of free. Now, I'm not advising that. Just saying the possibilities there. Now it's a bit more organized and efficient when you do have everything, right? And it self-updates and everything. That's all very cute. But maybe to get started, Oh, hello. I see that. This is my first time seeing a 66 on here. Hello, gorgeous. What are those wagons? Are those wagons from... They got to be like Tees Valley Line or something. They look old as heck.
London Paddington will be calling at Dawlish, Exeter St David's, Tiverton Parkway, Taunton, Castle Carey, Westbury, Pewsey, Bedford, Newbury.
You know what, Navi? It's so sick that like you found your love for it. I don't know. I feel like there's it's nice loving something from young and keeping that passion, keeping the flame of that passion alive your whole life. But I think there's something beautiful about finding. It's like you found treasure. It's like I don't know. It's like you feel like regenerated. I don't know. But I'm so glad that like that's your experience. Yeah, that's completely a valid, Simon. Yeah, it's always gonna come down to that, unfortunately. But let's say if the possibility becomes possible, go for it. Oh, those are the China clay wagons. So, that big building that has China clay on it? Does that have? Is that where like? I don't quite understand this. I don't know. I actually don't know what China clay is. Is it literally just clay? Does it have anything to do with the building that says China clay? Because there aren't like any sidings there or anything, right? So where do the trains get loaded? Hypothetically, I'm sure it's not on this route, right? But like, where did it take place? Where are my lights? Oh, well, there's a light inside and it's making things look funny. Oh, from Cornwall or to Cornwall. Sorry, I missed that. I have a habit of responding to one thing and you've answered it already in the second thing that you've written. Oh yeah, the fog is back. Oh, that's such a shame. That's actually such a shame. Do you see how you cannot convince me that that the dynamic weather is random? You cannot convince me it's not biased towards bad weather. How did it go and then come back? How is it that 4 runs we did were all in the rain in the US? The 150 run was fine, no worries. This one started in fog, the fog went, it came. No, bun it. The 150 run, it started snowing towards the end. Now this one, the fog started. It started in fog, the fog left. What a wonderful surprise, and then it came back. You cannot convince me the dynamic weather is random, man. There's no way. Maybe Dovetail think. Maybe as they programmed it in a way that they think it's random, but somehow they've done something incorrect. You can't, man. Over what, three iterations of the game? Really? Consistently, it's been this way. Consistently, over 3 years. Are you gonna tell me? Nah. Sorry, you cannot convince me otherwise, man. You cannot convince me otherwise. No way. No way. And I will go back to using God mode to make the weather on my runs good as much as I can. Or at the very least, just delete fog. You know, if I was to delete, hold on, if I remove volumetric fog from here, does it clear it from the dynamic weather? Or no, because it's here anyway, isn't it? Fog quality, it's gonna be here regardless. But you've got the other one, volumetric fog. So what's the difference between volumetric fog and normal fog? I don't see anything different. I'm gonna turn it back on just in case. And why it's under general, I don't quite understand.
This is Dawlish. This is a great
So if I find myself with an hour to burn, I'm on 55 minutes. Love it. Gonna move Steam so I have more space and money then. Amazing. Or is it trying to clay building somewhere? I can't. Listen, you know me, Sam. I know the bare minimum of like everything to do with this game that I dedicate so many hours to. I just know when you're traveling. I think I want to say towards Plymouth. I could be wrong, but regardless, it's easy to see when you're on the opposite side of the tracks, and then it's on your right. When you're on the opposite side of the track, it's on your right, and it says China. It just says China Clay at the top of it. Like you can see it from the cab. And the building is like line side almost. They've made the mistake that dynamic weather means it has to change. They think if it doesn't change, that means it's not dynamic. Right, that's a good point, you know. That's a good point. It could absolutely be that. Yeah, it doesn't have to be dynamic within a space of 30 minutes, for example. But then even then though, because they could still make it so that the weather doesn't always change, but maybe it will still, you'll still mostly have rain and fog. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, it's reddish. Yeah.
The next station is Exeter St. David's.
Good sound. Yeah, I love driving to places, but I think this would have to be a train journey the whole way from Paddington to here. See if I can book any like rail tours. Well, I mean, does the little Steam thing still run like today? Because when I come here, I'll probably do that. Then it's got to be during the summer, but then I don't want it to be too busy. It's gonna be packed. I don't like people like that. Like I don't know. Like I love people, but I can't explain it. I don't like places that have a lot of people in them. Sorely waiting on God Mode and Jet Wash's enhancement pack. I don't want to finish these routes without it coming. I want to experience these routes, all three of them, with that mod. Ooh, a 166. I do want to drive a 166 down here, if I'm being honest. The China Clay. Oh, I think it's unrelated. China Clay comes from a quarry and goes north to make cement. I think that's just a factory that makes things out of clay. Ah, okay. Okay. Steam railways still exist. Amazing. I hope they're not too expensive though. I usually like doing low high. It annoys me that sometimes on some trains, holding square and pressing the horn is low horn, and then sometimes it's the high horn. Like the 150, for example, you hold square and press the horn button, it's the low one. On here, it's the high one. So I guess that's what you mean. I guess that's what you mean, but that's one example of the inconsistencies on one route. Oh. I really don't know, man. I really don't know. And it doesn't represent the area the way it should be. So they do themselves a disservice because, I don't know, someone who comes to the stream, for example, will look at this and think, this doesn't look like the Riviera line. Where's the sunshine and you know, the blue skies? Run after run after run, cloudy or nighttime or raining or foggy. Yeah. As soon as God Mode comes out, I will be abusing that. Also, apparently, I won't say anything. I don't know how widely known it is. This God Mode will be a good one. This God Mode will be an especially good one. Yeah, so have I, Simon. So have I, which is a shame because it's a really cool thing. Although, you think I'm doing it on purpose this time? I'm really not. I let me say I can't avoid it on PC because there's a mod that syncs. It syncs up the weather actually based on the dates and time. So even if you go back to like 2000s, the source it gets its information from will have all the weather and stuff recorded, and it will time by, so it will even, so the weather will be dynamic, but according to that date in real life, and it's incredible. So I guess I could just get that mod, but I don't think it's compatible at the moment. But that's an amazing mod, one of the best ones in my opinion by far. Oh, it's not unpredictable. No. It's not unpredictable. And a lot of people were worried that the same is going to happen with the features, and surprise. You driving a 150 or a Voyager? Yeah, no, you're going to keep stalling. I read on the forum someone had 9 stalls. No, not 9 stalls. 9 doors. The door was stuck 9 times on a single run. I mean, what are we doing here? Random events. Okay. Sure, bud. Yeah, should be many services with no faults. Absolutely. Absolutely. Not the opposite. Not every service with many faults. Yeah, TSRs seemed, yeah. Well, to be fair, it took like 4, maybe 5, if I remember correctly, runs for me to see my first one. So for me, it wasn't super frequent, although I have seen people say that they have been for them. It's just that when I did see it, it was bugged, completely bugged. Bugged on the HUD. The sign itself was bugged, and hence why I turned it off.
We are now approaching Exeter St. David's.
Beautiful livery, that. Maybe it's because it's familiar to me. I don't know. It gives me a good feeling when I see it.
This is Exeter St.
It's quite a cool entry.
This is a Great Western Railway.
Yeah, usually it goes
London Paris.
further this way, doesn't it? Further forward. Maybe if I catch it on the map, I can try and figure out what sort of service it is. Ah, unless it's here, it's gone this way. I don't know which way that is. Let's have a gander. Oh no, it's still here. Ah, it's coming back. It's a depot move, yeah. But why is it
Welcome aboard this
why is it coming back?
rail-
Oh, is it gonna sit here?
We'll be calling at
Ah,
Parkway, Taunton, Castle
yeah.
Cary, Westbury,
It's either gonna go into this platform or would it sit in these sidings?
and
Let's have a look.
London Paddington.
Yeah, it's gonna come here to the siding. No, or it could still come to the platform. To be fair, no sidings. It is. Let's have a little follow. I think it actually does look nice, you know. Like, it does look very similar to the Southwestern livery, which is why, you know, it's a bit special to me, but I think it actually does look really nice. Why it stops here then? Is this where it's gonna sit? Wouldn't it go further on? No, the driver's gone. It's just gonna sit here, I think. I mean, the headlights are still on. Usually when the driver teleports out, the tail lights go on. I didn't see if there was a driver initially. Exit depot to Exeter New Yard. Is it in Exeter New Yard now? I don't know what the depot is. Anywho. Quite rare that the non-G depot units use that depot, but not unheard of. I'm sure based on sort of how accurate they've gone for this timetable, I'm sure it's I was gonna say impersonating. It's like it's copying something that happened probably at some point. Maybe to refuel. Oh, that would make sense. That would actually make a ton of sense. Oh, that is the depot. Okay, so it's going to move to the new road, whatever it was called. Exeter New Road. Cool. Oh, this guy looks interesting. An older gentleman with some funky hair. Playing what looks like Cajon Pass, maybe? I could be wrong. Let's give him a raid. Got his webcam on, he's talking. I don't know the accuracy, unusually stable. And you know what? You say I don't doubt the accuracy. Actually speaks volumes for a route in this game. Imagine if we could say that about every route. Wouldn't that be nice? Right. Let's make this guy smile. I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more TSW. The stream will be starting at 3, not 1 p.m. 3 p.m. I've changed it on Twitch, on the Twitch schedule, on Twitch itself. I will update the Discord now. But the stream will start at 3 p.m. and run until 7 p.m. As opposed to 1 to 5. So yeah, just a reminder. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys there. It's been a pleasure. Thank you, Simon, Dan, everyone. I've had an amazing conversation with everyone that's been here, has popped up, Navi, Hank. Thank you very much. Hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day. Everyone that's currently watching, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. As per usual, stay safe. Health is wealth. Jesus Christ loves you all. And until the next one, peace out.